Hello, everybody. What is up? Welcome to the Vettori versus Hermansson live from the media tent live stream. How are we all doing? Please let me know if my audio is good just as we start. We have got a few changes on this card, which I will tell you about in two moments. How's the audio though, boys? We all good? So we've got Gian Vellante and Jake Collier walking out now. Gian Vellante is currently walking out as we speak. I'm not sure if you're a little bit behind because we have the direct feed into this media tent. But if you can let me know audio's all good. Good. Thank you, boys. So we have a few changes on this card. We've had to we've lost 3 fights. The first being Jimmy Flick versus Cody Durden. That is a COVID-related cancellation. Then we have Montana versus Talia Santos. That's been cancelled as well. And we got Nate Landwehr against Iver Levov. Pronunciation on that is terrible. I haven't actually heard. Well, I have heard some people pronounce it. I just can't remember how they pronounced it. But that fight is gone, so no need to worry, really, until December the 19th. So I will revise. That. But that fight, Nate Landwehr and Ivorlev. If somebody can type it out in the chat how you're supposed to pronounce it, if they know, that would be killer. And so, to begin these prelims, we've only got 3 fights on these prelims. I think we're actually 1 fight less than we were last week. We had 4 prelims last week and 5 main card, I think. But here we are. I don't know if you can hear Bruce in the background. He's announcing both fighters right now. Ooh, Plasma Snake. Ooh, I don't know about that. There's something about these cards that everybody sleeps on that end up being arguably some of the best cards. The last card that got slept on was Home Aldana, and that was one not to sleep on. Last week's was a pretty good card as well. Very good card, actually. Very good set of fights all night. These guys, they probably feel that this card isn't gaining the traction of a typical UFC event. So they're probably going in there with a little less on their shoulders, making them perform a little bit better. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. We will. Hopefully I haven't jinxed that now. 10 seconds behind, that's not bad. Evloyev. Right, we'll get there. I'm going to have to listen to, pay close attention to how it's pronounced. Let's not be pessimistic now, Mr. Plasma. I mean, we are, 10 seconds into this card, and ooh, I'm enjoying this. Every UFC fight that is a heavyweight bout, you just can't take your eyes off. I'm scared to look down in case I miss a flash knockout. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going in. So, how are we all? As a little update, if you were streaming, or you were tuned in, to our stream this time last week, we only had 1 Zoom, which meant when the fighters were coming in for their post-fight interview, we had to unplug and you had to get all rubbish audio coming out of the MacBook, but not this week. Not this week. We have got it sorted. So, predictions for this fight. What are we saying? I think Jake Collier. Ooh. Jake Collier coming off a loss to Tom Aspinall will be definitely looking to take this one. And he's looking sharp as well. But I mean, these are heavyweights, so 1 minute one person can look sharp and then the next minute they're on the floor. That's what's so interesting about these fights. So after this, we've got Ilia Topuria in a featherweight 3-round bout, who's fighting Damon Jackson. Then we have Luis Smolka in a bantamweight 3-round bout against Jose Quinones, and that's the prelims done. So in effect, after this fight, we're a third of the way through the prelims. I have a feeling that this might go quite quickly. I hope so. Be nice to see loads of knockouts. Ooh, good knee from Jake. So how are we all doing, everybody in the chat? We all good? I want to know what everyone's thinking for fight of the night as well. One thing that we need to sort out, Jamie, is getting a plug into this Zoom, getting a feed into this Zoom so we can pick up the audio for the post-fight.
How you doing?
Good.
How is everyone else doing?
All good, man.
This fight. No, I can't hear you that well.
Oh, I was saying we need to get a feed put into here for the post-fight.
I'll get that sorted.
I was wondering what you'd... It's like explaining, like, hi. Cheers, brother. Thank you very much. So we are 3.5 minutes now into this fight, and it looks like one that you definitely can't take your eyes off. If you've just... Ooh, Jake Collier is piling on the pressure here. Vellante on seemingly wobbly legs that has gained composure. So if you have just joined, there are a few changes to this card. Ooh, Vellante. Something in his legs is a little bit wobbly still. But as I was saying, if you have just joined, we have lost 3 fights on the card. 3 fights. Jimmy Flick, Cody Durden. Then we've got Montana versus Santos. That's off as well. Nate Landwehr and Evloev. Let me go back. Evloev. Turned off my audio. Right. There you go. So how you doing, Jamie?
Yeah, all good, man.
Good.
This fight's kicked off pretty fiery at the beginning. Jake Collier's looking good.
Innit? Jake's looking real sharp.
And this is only his second appearance at heavyweight.
Is it?
Yes. He started off as a middleweight in his first 4 fights, I think, in the UFC. And he stepped up to light heavyweight. And then his first appearance at heavyweight was against Aspinall, the fight he lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that. It does.
Look at.
Yeah, you look at his Tapology picture, and he looks like a completely different guy, man. Oh my god! If you guys haven't checked that out, go over to.
He's shredded there.
He is, man. He's got like a Marvin Vettori body there. If you guys go over to Tapology and you're watching this Jake Collier fight, head over and check out his picture on Tapology, because it's a completely different guy. So he's basically done the opposite of what Jared Cannonier did.
So rather than a transition down, a transition up.
Yeah. But it looks like body change wise, it
Yeah.
looks like
Let
it
himself
looks like
go.
an accident. Yeah. Oh man. Have you guys in the chat seen this? Jamie looking sharp. We're getting some compliments here, Jamie, from Victor, who is the dude that sorted out our translations on one of the war rooms. And apparently I've got a pretty head. It is taking up a large amount of the screen, isn't it? To be completely honest, especially when I'm down here. So we're now in the second round. Do you reckon this is going to go the 3 rounds?
Well, this fight.
Yeah, so looking
By
at
the
it.
looks of it, Jake Collier's throwing bombs at the minute, so I don't know.
See, this is the beautiful thing about the heavyweight division, though, is that one person can be seemingly in control of the fight, throwing bombs, and then the next second they're on the floor laying down.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the beauty of the heavyweight division, in my opinion.
It's the most exciting thing about the sport.
Yeah. But I don't know if this is going to go 3 rounds, and they're putting out a lot of work. So I don't know if they'll be able to keep this pace up for 3 rounds.
Used to play American football as well, didn't he? Linebacker.
Did it?
Yeah.
Sick.
I always find that guys like American football players and like rugby players always. There's a lot of guys who have made that step over into MMA, isn't it? Like Bellator, what's his name? But yeah, it seems like if you play any of that kind of sports, contact sports, you know, you train to take hits and give out hits as well. So the transition, it makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. It's the same with Greg Hardy as well in that sense, isn't it? Yeah, there's a few guys like that, to be fair. Let me just have a look at this chat because I have pulled it off. Jake looks great in this fight, he really does. There's a few people in the chat apparently doing that transition, going from lightweight to heavyweight. I don't think... I just seem to be just slipping further and further down the weight classes the more I eat. It's weird, man. Got a high metabolism. Yeah, Victor said as well, Volkanovski is a good example of that as well. Volkanovski.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, he played Aussie, Rugby League.
It was Rugby League, was it?
Yeah, Rugby League. You can tell he's like that short. He looked like a scrum half or a hooker.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure on the
He
positions.
was a lot heavier as well back then.
Yeah, he was. I think he was like over 200 pounds, wasn't he, when he played rugby?
I think he was.
That's mad.
I think when you're playing rugby though, and you are like that small, you have to kind of fill out sideways, don't you?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you
need a bit of padding.
Flicked out the pitch. Ping.
Ooh. What's your
apparently? Sorry, go ahead.
What's your fight of the night pick?
My fight of the night pick is probably going to be Gabriel Benitez against Justin James. And one thing you got to remember about a fight of the night is it's got to be like competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? In my opinion, I think a fight of the night should be quite competitive, not just a sick first round and then a knockout.
Yeah.
Which I have been typically picking for those kind of fights in my fight of the nights, but whilst revising, I had a premonition about that, and now looking at the card, I think the Coco main is arguably probably going to be fight of the night. This is a good fight, though. This is a nice way to open up the card. This is definitely like a fan favorite style of a fight.
Ooh.
Apparently, John Anik was saying that Collier keeps wiggling his thumb, so there could be a problem with his thumb. We'll find out now as the round commences. I'm trying to look at his hand and his thumb, but he seems to be being quite reserved about it if there is a problem. So hard to tell right now, but we will find out. How is everybody in the chat? Everybody all good? What fights are you guys looking forward to the most? Let us know. Let's discuss them. I assume you guys were all at our live weigh-in show as well, where we were discussing many different things, to be quite honest. But one thing that came up a lot is what we've been doing out here in America. And one of those things this week is we have been to Arizona, right? Sorry if you guys have heard this. This is just for the guys, assuming there might be some guys in here that aren't aware. We will be having some O'Malley content coming out soon, along with some MMA Lab content with Kyler Phillips, Casey Kenny, John Crouch.
So that'll be a cool little video, just showing an insight into the atmosphere in MMA Lab and the guys coming out of there at the minute. Guys like Casey, who has just announced his fight against Dominic Cruz as well.
Good point. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Dom's on the mic as well, so it'll be interesting to hear if he has anything to say about that during this, which he probably won't, to be honest. But very cool fight there. That's very good for Casey, really, isn't it?
If Casey can win that
puts him right up there, doesn't it? Right up there
for sure.
He seems like a solid fighter, solid fighter. We saw him in Fight Island, and he definitely surprised me as a fighter. He reminds me of TJ Dillashaw as well. Yeah. Not so much his fighting style, but occasionally his fighting style, but mainly just the way he looks, you know.
Yeah. I know what you mean. He's a super nice guy as well. Yeah.
They're proper nice dudes down there, man, at MMA Lab. Made me want to just stay there.
I
don't want to go.
Really nice, like, family atmosphere in there. Lots of good guys, and the camaraderie in there between everyone's really, it's like a healthy, atmosphere. It's good.
100%, bro. 100%. It's something that I'm looking forward to. We'll be getting out some of that content very soon. Nathaniel Wood should have gotten the Cruz fight. He beat Kenny, in my opinion. What do you think to that comment?
Which one's that, sorry?
I'll say it. I'll just read it out. Nathaniel Wood should have got given the Cruz fight. He beat Kenny, in my opinion.
See, I spoke to Kenny about this.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. We've got some...
I'm giving you some exclusives.
Exclusives for sure.
But I mean, when we watched that fight, I told him that we were cage side and we watched that fight, and I mean, I felt that Casey might have took it literally by a couple of inches. I mean, it was that close. And
you said that to Casey?
I didn't say that to him. I said we were cage side and we were watching, and I said it's really close. But no. But then he explained to me, the shots he was landing were doing a lot more damage. They were snapping his head back, and you could tell by looking at both of them after the fight, just from the damage on their faces, and it was
definitely, mate, definitely.
Yeah, it could have gone either way, I think, but yeah, it was a great fight, and yeah, it was good. But
I don't think Nathaniel won, which is what this guy is insinuating, that Nathaniel won that fight, so he should have given the Dominic Cruz fight, which, I mean, I can understand it. That's it, really, isn't it? I can understand it. I know where you're coming from. I just don't personally agree. And that's fine. We're allowed to disagree. And it's still all good, baby.
It would be interesting to go back and look at the statistics, because I haven't looked at the stats on that fight. So it'd be interesting to see.
Why don't you quickly pull them up?
Yeah,
Because
let's
that'd
have a
be
little
quite
look at this.
interesting. Yeah, let's have a look at that. What do you guys think? Is this a popular opinion out there that Nathaniel Wood beat Casey Kenny, in your guys' opinion? Let us know in the chat. Ooh, it sounds like I'm missing some action here, boys, reading these comments. If only I could go cross-eyed. That would be a great skill for this job. One eye on the chat, one on the fight. Wood versus O'Malley would be a good fight. I don't see... I actually asked Sean about this. Sean. What's your name? I can't pronounce your name. I'll just call you Sean too. But I asked Sean one about Nathaniel Wood, a Nathaniel Wood fight, and he didn't really answer me fantastically about that, because it ended up turning out that we ended up having a discussion about fighters not watching fights, fighters not following the UFC, other than select names, and Sean was one of those guys. I was quite surprised by that. First guy I ever heard that I found out was a fighter that wasn't watching fights, wasn't following his competitors, apparently, was Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
I remember when he came in for an interview. He hadn't fought. It was like a guest fighter appearance at Jones versus Santos card, and Derek Lewis came in as a guest fighter, and people started asking him questions about the UFC and about fighters, and he was just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't watch it. I don't follow it. Who's that? I was just like, what? Do you know what I mean? It just took me by surprise, man, because you would have thought that, like, if you are a UFC athlete, paying close attention to the game is like a quintessential aspect. You would have thought. I mean, obviously, it seems like it's not. But maybe it is for some people. Maybe it isn't for other people. Maybe it's a mental thing. Maybe it's something mental. Do you know what I mean? Where, like, if you pay too much attention, maybe it becomes too real. Maybe you start overthinking things. Maybe you're just better walking in the octagon, obviously knowing who you fight, knowing what to do, and having a game plan to a certain degree. But the game plan is 100% really, isn't it? I'm free flowing here, guys. So. But yeah, it's one of them. It just made me think, really, and I was quite surprised by it. And I was also quite surprised to know that Sean was also one of those guys, because from an outside perspective, he does seem like he has good MMA knowledge, and he knows a lot about certain fighters and fights. He does a lot of breakdowns for my bookie and things like that. But yeah,
he strikes me as someone who would be a fan. You know what I mean? Who would follow it religiously.
Definitely, yeah. But it turns out he's not, and he actually had the conversation. He had a similar experience with Benson Henderson, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Because obviously Benson trains at the MMA lab, and Sean used to train religiously about 5 years ago or so. And he remembers having a discussion with Benson about the same thing, and Benson used to say to Sean, I don't watch any of the fights. And Sean used to find that weird, but now that Sean's where he is and doing what he's doing, he's finding that he's not tuning in as much. And I guess, I don't know, man, maybe that's just like maybe that's just a common thing, because you've made it, you're there. You just need to worry about yourself now and worry about you maintaining your position in the UFC. So that's quite interesting. I found. But yeah, Wood versus O'Malley, that would be a good fight, wouldn't it?
That would be a good fight. I'd look forward to that one.
I'm not sure Sean would be interested in fighting Nathaniel at this stage, though,
Mm.
from what I can gather. Yeah, I'm not sure that he would fancy that. I think Sean's got like 2 or 3 or 4 fighters in mind, and they're all like top end of the division, top 5 champions, people that are suspended as well, like TJ Dillashaw. That's another thing as well, isn't it? Is TJ Dillashaw. This is a good topic for conversation, everybody. So join in the conversation, please, because I will reply, and we will be interactive with you guys inside the chat. But another point of discussion is TJ Dillashaw. Sorry, I forgot where I was going, and then I remembered just in the nick of time. It's TJ Dillashaw, right? So TJ is shouting for a title fight for his first fight back after admitting to taking EPO. Like, I don't know if that's I just don't know if that's the right thing to do. What do you guys think? Because I don't know how you can get suspended for taking drugs, performance enhancing drugs, admit to taking them, and then get a title shot.
No.
For me, don't get me wrong, I'm a TJ fan. I don't like. It is what it is to me. The whole thing is, but if we're looking at the fight from a moral standpoint,
Yeah.
then, which I think is important to try and do sometimes, then I would argue that he probably shouldn't jump straight into a title fight.
No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, if you've been suspended, then there has been guys in your division fighting whilst you've been suspended, and they've been working hard and working their way up in the division. So surely those people would be more, in the right to
Absolutely
get a title shot.
Yeah, I agree.
In my opinion, anyway.
I agree. I think I'm not even sure O'Malley's ranked.
Is he not? I thought he was 15.
Yeah, you might have to double check that for me. But he mentioned the other day when we were with him, and he spoke about himself in third person by saying unranked Sean O'Malley. So I'm not sure about that. I thought he was as well, but just if you double check that for us, or if you've got anybody in the chat that knows, fire that in. But ultimately, the point I'm getting at is I do think TJ Dillashaw, when he does come back, shouldn't be jumped straight into a title fight.
Yeah, so Sean he's not ranked in the top 15 at
No.
the moment. No.
Not ranked in the top 15. So I can understand why TJ probably wouldn't fancy going straight over to an O'Malley fight. But
So I think someone for TJ would be like someone like Corey Sandhagen. These guys who are challenging, and if TJ does want a title shot, he needs to beat guys like that, and then after maybe he'd be in contention. But like I said, there's these guys who are ranked 3rd, 4th, 5th, and surely they would be more likely to get the title shot.
yeah, no, I agree, man. Corey Sandhagen, that was it. That is a good fight. That's a cool fight for TJ to come back into. Thing is, right? Let's say TJ comes back into a title fight, right? In his first fight back, and he loses. I kind of think that does a little bit more damage to his stock than if he fought. Than if he came straight back and didn't fight straight away for the belt and still lost. Because of all of the build-up to a fight like that, if he was to go for a championship fight, and he's just lost on EPO, and then he loses again straight into a title fight, I think that does more damage to his stock than taking a top 5 and losing.
Raises
just because
more
of
questions.
and you've got more eyes on you going for the belt, so more people are going to be judging you and speculating and talking about you, which if you lose is going to be detrimental to your stock. And this is all just in my opinion, obviously, guys. So but yeah, that's That is an interesting point of discussion. I think the bantamweight division at the moment is pretty damn fire, man. In my opinion, it's probably one of my favourite divisions at the moment. Is the bantamweight division. How about you?
I was going to say, just before that, I was going to go back to the Nathaniel Wood and Casey Kenny fight.
Okay.
Just look, because I've got the stats up here.
Oh yeah, all right. Let's get them up.
According to UFC stats, Casey Kenny won the first 2 rounds, but it's so close. He won the first round, the second, and Nathaniel just edged the third. But if you look at the significant strikes,
yeah.
So Nathaniel Wood threw 321 strikes and landed 136. Which gave him.
So hang on, slow down a bit, right?
Sorry.
So no, that's all right. No, you're all good, mate. Honestly, just read that again, but just let me digest those numbers.
So Nathaniel Wood in the whole fight threw 321 strikes, and
so he threw 320.
Landed 136 of those.
So he threw 321 strikes. 321 strikes, and he landed
136.
Right, so just below half.
Yeah, so that gave him a significant strike percentage of 42%.
Yeah, 42%. Right, that is interesting. What about Casey?
So Casey Kenny, he threw a total of 247 strikes and landed 123 of those.
How many did Wood land again?
Wood landed 136.
Ah.
But if you look at the significant strike percentage, so even though Wood threw more, Casey landed more of his actual total strikes.
Right, okay.
So even though he landed less strikes, the strike, the effort he gave did more damage.
Yeah.
So
that's very interesting.
So even though it sometimes can look like someone's ahead on the strikes because they're throwing more, but they're not necessarily landing, obviously Casey landed more and did more damage.
And obviously, there's more to a fight than stats.
Yeah, of course.
There's a lot of things that you can't write down in stats, isn't there, that happen in fights, like well, I don't know actually, because I was about to say like octagon control and things like that, but there probably is somebody marking that stuff down. But there's a lot of stuff that when you're watching a fight, you feel. Do you know what I mean? Like the stats can be one thing, but if you're watching a fight and you feel a certain way and you're picking up, off a certain energy of a fight, of somebody winning, then it's a very convoluted. It's just very convoluted, isn't it? Watching and breaking down fights in an objective way.
But Casey, when I spoke to him about it, he seemed to think, because I asked him, when they were getting their arm race, was he unsure, or and he was pretty convinced that he'd definitely won the first 2 rounds, and the third one was either way.
And we've seen fighters lose from those kind of feelings as well. Still.
Yeah.
So, because we were having a good old little chat there, we have completely missed the Jake Collier.
Yeah, that's realised.
Oh God. We'll get really good at this eventually, guys.
So Jake Collier won by decision.
Okay, brilliant. Well done, Jamie. I've got my own Jamie here now.
Yeah, I mean, it did look like...
Jamie, pull this up, mate.
Sorry. But from what we were watching before we went off on a big tangent, Jake Collier did look like he was on top.
He did, and from what I saw, every round Jake was looking like the guy that was dominating it. I can't remember if he dropped that guy, but he definitely got him. That guy is Gian Villante, but I do remember him stumbling on wobbly legs for a little bit in and amongst this discussion, looking at the chat and looking up at the TV. But now we got Bruce Buffer introducing Ilia Topuria. Ilya is fighting Damon Jackson in a featherweight 3-round bout that is about to go down now. Hi from Manchester. Hey, what's up? Hi from Vegas to everybody out there. Hope you're all having a good time. I hope you're enjoying this stream. Let me know where everybody is watching from, because I am a big fan of reading out where everybody is tuning in from. I find that fascinating. This, man, 10 seconds into this fight, everybody that is saying this card is trash. This is all this. I can't see a trash fight on here.
That was a big difference. You saw that Tapuria was able to pull him in with the fake, and then he was able to counter on the ankle. Very clean strike Tapuria early.
So, sorry guys, I'm only silent because I'm just having a little read and a watch. Just digest some of this information around me to talk about. Pennsylvania, England, Liverpool, Aylesbury in England and Liverpool. Very cool. Thank you very much for tuning in. We appreciate it very much. But damn, are you guys, let us know if what you guys are watching. I'm very curious to how you guys are set up at home. Obviously you're all big fight fans, and I assume you're watching. This fight is good, guys. Tune in if you're not watching. California, very cool. Much love from Montana. Hey. Very cool. It's very cool to see where all these people are from that are joining the chat. Appreciate you all.
So I remember, that fan's gone off now. I can actually hear you a little bit.
Oh, sound.
Yeah, so we saw Ilya Taporia. He was on the Mariah Sandhagen card in Fight Island. Yeah, sorry if you've already said that.
No, I've not.
Okay,
not.
cool.
No. And even if I have, it's all good.
But yeah, he looked really good. He fought Yusuf Zalal. That was his first fight in the UFC, and he looked brilliant. So I was looking forward to see him fight this weekend. But yeah, he's looking good so far. He's throwing out a lot of fakes and feints. Ooh. But yeah, I was looking forward to this fight, to be fair.
Yeah, me too. The next one's a banger as well, ain't it? This prelim is great. Ooh, there we go. Wow. There you go. Look at that, guys. I'm sorry if we're ahead of you here. I'll give you a couple of seconds before I say the name. Ilya Taporia. Damn.
I'm glad
I
you
just
won
want to
after I
catch
said all
that.
that as well.
Say that again, mate.
I'm glad he won after I said all that.
Yeah.
He did look really good when we last saw him, and now he's just proven that point again.
Definitely. Ooh, lovely little clippy uppercut there. That body shot. Ooh. Technician.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Oh, that body shot.
That body shot, bro. Oh my god. Guys, wait for that replay to come on and listen to that body shot. Jeez. Jeez, bro. I accidentally opened the door into my body the other day, and that hurts. Can't even imagine that one, dude. That was a hell of a body shot, man. That was so beautiful. Setting up the head there. Can tell this guy is a...
Have you ever been hit with a body shot?
Yeah, by you.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Dubai when we went full on each other.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Jamie had like a full on fight in Dubai. Absolutely battered him, but yeah.
Oh, that was that low kick I got you with as well.
Yeah, it was. You were just firing them kicks. I was just like, oh, okay.
That was good, man.
That was good.
You did wobble me a couple of times as well, to be fair.
Yeah. No, it was good, man. I miss doing all of that stuff. It's just traveling and COVID really just put it on a bit of a back burner. How are you guys finding training out there? If you guys are doing any during the COVID season, let's call it. 20 seconds ahead of the ESPN broadcast. All right, cool. Well, I'll do my absolute utmost to make sure that I'm not giving you guys too many spoilers, and I will try to do my best. Obviously, if there is a great knockout, I am probably going to give a reaction, but I'll try and keep 20 seconds behind to release legitimate information. Thank you for the heads up, everyone. So now we got Louis Smolka.
Yeah, Louis Smolka, Jose Quinones.
Yeah, Quinones fought Wood as well. That's another guy. So he fought Wood, O'Malley, and lost to both of those guys.
Yeah, but he won his fight before O'Malley against Huachin, I think.
Yeah.
Let me just double check that, but
I know who you mean. I just it's the pronunciations that I can't give you any qualification on. He did deny that takedown well. You're right, mate.
so yeah.
Only just got back to Muay Thai since March. Damn. Well, thank you, I Only Hear Womps. Appreciate you. I don't want to make anybody leave the chat because we're a little bit ahead. So whatever you guys would like, we will do. And I say it all the time, and you're probably sick of me saying it, but honestly, thanks so much for you guys for joining us, keeping it real. Yeah, we are from the same town. We do have a similar voice, although we probably have a similar voice to people not living in England, but when I hear Jamie, I don't think he sounds like me, but I can understand it from an outside perspective. We are both from Leicester, aren't we?
Yes.
Repping the LC.
Everyone thinks we're from London.
When
we're in America.
Yeah, they do. Oh my God, you're from England? London? Oh.
Yeah, there's more than one place in England.
When we first came to America, I remember so many people were asking us to like pronounce things. They're like, "Oh my God, you're British!
Yeah.
Say Harry Potter." Just be like in McDonald's, like, Harry Potter.
I've been mistaken a lot for Australian.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Maybe it's the mate. When you
I
say
don't know.
mate, they assume you.
I just think they hear
Australian.
English but not in American accent.
Yeah.
And just first country that comes to their head is either England, South Africa, or Australia. Red Odin. Hey, my dad's a Liverpool fan, so I'll allow you to have it. What's Elia saying then, Jamie? What's Elia saying? Do you know what we should get in the future? Is a splitter, a headphone splitter.
Yeah.
So you can do. Maybe we'll go do that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
On the last day when we're leaving, we're gonna have the sickest tech. When it's all too late.
There is a massive fan going off in here though, so it is quite hard to hear what people are saying.
I can hear clearly, obviously, because I got headphones on, so it's not a problem for me. So guys, up next, Louis Smolka against Jose Quinones. Predictions, please, for this fight. Let's have a look at how they look up together.
Is there something that you wanted to say, or is it okay? Yes, we have.
Seems to be going. There's some confusion going on. What's going on, Jamie?
I think he wants to make a statement, but They didn't have a translator for him.
So he's just had to. Oh yeah, look.
I think so.
Oh,
that's
that is a bad mental way to leave the fight. Oh, that's a shame for Topuria.
Yeah.
So what's just happened there is Ilia Topuria went for his post-fight interview with John Anik, and he started talking but asked for a translator. Then as he was stood waiting in the middle, the UFC closed the interview, and then the translator started to appear, and that's it. Now he doesn't get an interview. He looked a little bit devastated about that, because I think some of these post-fight interviews you can gain a lot of fans from. You can gain a lot more awareness about your character, more so obviously than your fighting style, but a little bit more about who you are, and he's just missed out on that opportunity, which is a shame for Ilia. So I imagine when he comes into this post-fight press conference, he'll have a lot to say, which is good for us, I suppose, when you think about it like that, which I didn't initially. Let's have a look here. View matchup. So I have currently got up the matchup statistics for Luis Smolka and Jose Quinones. Looking at their average fight time, I always find this an interesting statistic, probably one of my favourites, and I'm not really sure why it is, but it fascinates me. So Luis Smolka's average fight time, and if the average of fights is usually 15 minutes for 3 rounds, his average fight time is 9 minutes and 59 seconds, which is very interesting. Jose Quinones, which is before I close off that, Luis Smolka is a late second round finish, or whatever happens, late second round for Smolka. Then we got Jose Quinones with an average fight time of 10 minutes and 55 seconds, which is the start of the 3rd round. I don't know why I find that so interesting, because I don't think it really means too much, but I do find that statistic very interesting on all accounts of all fighters. So we've got an orthodox against southpaw here, Luis Smolka being the orthodox, Jose Quinones being the southpaw. They're both born in the same month as well. So strikes landed per minute for Luis Smolka is 4.25. Strikes landed per minute for Jose Quinones is 3.41. They both have the same striking accuracy, which is interesting. I have 46%. Strikes absorbed per minute, we got Smolka taking the most at 3.62 and Jose Quinones at 2.58. Now, if we look at the grappling between the two, we've got an average takedown out of 15 minutes of 1.6. And then that's for Luis Smolka, 1.6 with average takedown. A takedown average, even, my bad. And then we've got 2.58 for Quinones on his takedown average. Now, takedown accuracies, both are at the low ends of 34% for Smolka and 45% for Quinones. Takedown defense for Quinones is a 50% and 30% for Smolka. Looking at their latest records as well, we do have Luis Smolka losing to Kenny. I believe that's Casey Kenny. Jose Quinones' last fight was a loss to O'Malley. So these guys are both coming off a loss, and certainly going to be looking to get. Actually, I was quite surprised there, because I thought Jose Quinones was on a 2-fight losing streak, but he's not. He actually won after the Wood fight. I thought that Hachina fight was before Wood, so that's not too bad. They've actually got identical. Oh no, they don't. Smolka has 3 losses in his past 5 fights, and Jose Quinones only has 2. I don't know why I thought there was more. I think it's because I've watched his fight with Wood. I watched his fight with O'Malley because they were ones that stuck in my mind. I obviously have watched the Hachim one, where he did win. So that's very interesting. Not sure what you guys take away from that reading of the stats, but let us know. Did you guys see Dana White talking about Dan Hardy and Nate Diaz? Let me know in the chat if you saw Dana White talking about Dan Hardy and Nate Diaz. Yeah. Oh. So after looking at all those statistics, statistically, out of Smolka and El Teco, God, it's a tough one. I think it could be quite an even fight. I always struggle to give a prediction on 2 fighters. Part of me doesn't want to give a prediction either, but I am gonna probably go for Jose Quinones, and I'm gonna jinx myself. He's probably gonna lose in the first round now. Let's see how good I am at these. Let's play a little live stream accumulator just for bragging rights, right? Everybody that's listening, put in the comments of this video, not in the live chat, put in the comments who's gonna win out of the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the 6 fights left. If any of you put a full Reptile accumulator into the chats, you get them, and you win, and you get it right, you'll get a massive shout out at the next weigh-in show, and we'll be asking you for your next week's predictions. But mainly it's a bragging rights thing. Let's see who in the chat we've got that is on it with these predictions. So I'm gonna give you my personal predictions, quick predictions, not too much technical stuff behind them. I'm just going to give you my personal accumulated picks, and then I'll pass it over to Jamie.
Yeah, cool.
And then we'll look at our comments section, not the live chat, guys. I repeat, not the live chat. I'll be looking at the comment section. So everyone chuck in who you've got from Smolka to Hermansson, the rest of the card. Let's go. Let's see who has the best judging skills of this card. Right. So I'm just going to mark down mine, and I'll mark down yours as well, Jamie. I'll put a triangle next to mine. I hope I don't lose this on the first fight. It's going to be bragging rights between me and you as well.
Okay.
So whoever gets the most wins. Yeah. Let's do it like that. Let's do it like bragging rights.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. That's all. That's all you need. Trust me. So I'm going to go. First fight, Jose Quinones. Second fight, Matt Wyman against Jordan Levitt in a 3-round lightweight bout. I'm going to go for Levitt on that one. Next, we have a light heavyweight bout, 3 rounds, Roman Dolidze against John Allen. I'm going to go Roman Dolidze. Then we've got Gabriel Benitez against Justin James in a lightweight 3-round bout, and I'm going to go with Benitez on this one. Then we have The co-main event.
Ooh.
Ovin St. Peru against Jamala Hill, right? I think we're going to see Ovin St. Peru knocked out. I don't know why I'm feeling that. I'm feeling it. This has got no stats, no technical anything behind it, but I have a feeling that Ovin St. Peru is going to get knocked out. But every time somebody misses weight, they seem to always win.
Yeah.
Now, I should not try to involve stats too much into this because I'll be here forever. But Vince St. Peru did miss weight. And I can't remember the last time somebody missed weight and lost. Actually, Mike Perry.
Yeah.
Did Mike Perry, he lost
No,
it?
he lost, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we've flipped that trend now, and I'm going with it. I'm going with Vince St. Peru. No, I'm not. I'm going with Jamala Hill. But I am presuming for extra points, you get an extra point as well, yeah, if you can guess one of the finishes. But you only get one shot at the finish thing.
Okay.
So I'll put a star next to Jamala Hill with the finish, knockout. Then we got Hermansson and Vettori. I think Vettori, man. I think Vettori.
Okay.
I'm going Vettori. So my accumulated picks for the rest of this card: Jose Quinones. Now, guys, if you have just joined, what we're doing is we're just having a little game that you can all get interactive with. Put in the comments section, not the live chat. I repeat, not the live chat. I mean, if you want to discuss it, cool, whack it in the live chat. But if to play, you must put your comments in the comments section. So my first pick, as Jose Quinones walks out, is Jose Quinones. Second pick for me is Jordan Levitt. Third pick for me, Roman Deladze. Fourth pick for me, Gabriel Benitez. And my player pick is Jamala Hill with the knockout, right? Then I am banking on a Vettori win for the main event. I'll hand it over to you now,
Okay,
Jamie,
cool.
to give
I'm
me yours.
Gonna go for it. Can you pass that pen? I'm gonna
I
mark
can.
down mine as well. So, the fight that is just about to start now between Luis Smolka and Jose Quinones. I'm gonna go for Quinones as well.
Yeah?
To be honest, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for Quinones on that one, and then to start off the main card, Matt Wyman, Jordan Levitt. I'm also gonna go for Jordan Levitt. I'm very much looking forward to seeing him fight. The next one, Roman Deladze against John Allen. Now I'm gonna go for Deladze on this one. Now, next, the lightweight bout between Gabriel Benitez and Justin James. I'm gonna go for Justin James on that one. Now, I know you said about the missing weight, Ovin St. Peru against Jamal Hill. I'm going to go for Jamal Hill as well. I like the look of Jamal Hill, and yeah, I'm gonna go for Hill on that one, on the co-main event.
Just to quickly interrupt, don't worry, guys. We are looking at the chat. We're in and out of that part of it. Obviously, I can't stay completely connected to the chat. So, but don't worry, we are reading every single comment, as you are.
So, the main event, Jack Hermansson, Marvin Vettori. Now, I think it's going to be pretty tough. It's pretty tough to pick.
Apparently,
Vettori
they
looks
can't
great,
comment.
but I like Jack Hermansson too much.
Can you comment on this live video?
What? On the full Reptile?
Yeah, I don't know if you can comment whilst it's live. I'm just going to check that out. Thank you guys for the heads up there. Let's do it off my account.
I'm just going to... So,
Yeah, carry on, bro.
Jack Hermansson, I'm going to pick for the main event. I think Jack is the dark horse of the middleweight division.
He is. I'm sensing an upset though, and I'm not. I don't. When I play these games, I don't go completely safe. I like to chuck a few risky boys in there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't comment while it's live. How about that? Well,
So
trying to
they're
think
my
how
picks.
you can make. Can you turn on the comments?
I'll just run by them again.
Yeah, run by them again, bro.
So, just to confirm my picks for this fight that is literally just about to start, Luis Smolka, Jose Quinones. I'm going to go for Jose Quinones on this one. Going into the main card, Matt Wyman, Jordan Levitt to kick that off. I'm going to go for Jordan Levitt. Next, I have chosen Roman Deladze to beat John Allen in the light heavyweight bout, followed by Justin James to beat Gabriel Benitez in their lightweight bout.
Very cool. Let me just speak to the guys in the chat for 2 seconds.
Sure.
You're right, guys. It seems like you guys cannot play the game. So, what I will do is if everybody puts in their picks in the live chat, I'll screenshot everyone that I see, and then we'll look at them all together and we'll find a winner. So just chuck them in the live chat. I'll get my screenshot ready. Get your picks ready. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 picks. Like I said, you get bragging rights. We'll give you a good shout out at the next weigh-ins, and at the next fight day when we play the game again. So we'll make a fan leaderboard as well. So if you do win, you will be put as the first winner of the leaderboard for these picks. Let's do it like that. I'll stay on. I'll stay screenshotting. I got my eyes on the chat. So just fire them in, boys, and let's play. But we got the first fight about to start now.
Yeah.
Where were you at when I interrupted?
I was just saying, I was at the co-main event. I was just going through what picks I've made, and I've also picked Jamal Hill on that one.
So have you got the same picks as me, bar Hermansson?
I picked Justin James over Gabriel Benitez.
Okay, so we have 2 differences.
We've got 2 different picks, yes.
Yeah, 1 post only. Massive shout there.
So yeah, I think 2 different picks. So one of us is going to get let down by one, probably.
Right, we've got a few. Right, Kai has answered. Okay, I'm just going to screenshot Kai's. Ooh, man, I'm enjoying these cards. You can tell these are some spicy fights, boys. If the Waynes, ooh, nice body kick there from Smolka. There's a screenshot. Ooh. Ooh, nice clip at the back of their head there. Quinones looking good, man. He's looking sharp, catching kicks.
Quinones is looking good so far.
He is, man. Got three entries so far. Come on, boys. Join in. Let's have some fun. We'll make this a regular thing as well, and I'll create a leaderboard as well. Let's do it. Spicy fight, innit?
Throwing heat.
Lots of leg kicks as well.
So he landed 8 leg kicks, Quinones.
You know these leg kicks that you're seeing that sometimes they look like nothing, right? I mean, that's the thing of like what when you're watching these things. Sometimes you may not have even registered something that would have absolutely wrecked, killed you. I often think, imagine if there was a button. Like, I thought this for the first time when my dad was ill, not seriously ill, just man flu or whatever, and he was complaining about the pain. And I always thought, imagine if you could just like get a device, and you could like sync it up with someone, and then you press go, and then for 2 seconds you get to feel everything that they're feeling.
Yeah.
I always thought that would be mad. Like, and to do it with a fighter in the middle of a fight, like, okay, let's feel that leg kick. Let's actually feel what that feels like. You sit there with your leg out and you press go, like, oh!
My leg would probably fall off. But no, that's pretty cool.
Oh, we've got some more I need to
Like,
screenshot.
instead of transferring battery power, you transfer pain.
Yeah. Yeah, I can read. Sorry, dude, a little bit late there reading that. The time is 1:04. It's now 58 on the... Ooh. A little bit of a wobble there from Hinoles. Now we're at 50 seconds, 49 seconds, 48 seconds, 47. Hopefully you can sync up from that. Let me know if you need me to do it again.
I've got a feeling Jake Collier might be on his way to the hospital, maybe, because he did look pretty beat up.
Really?
And well, when he was sat, I mean, we obviously didn't see the
Oh
last
yeah, but there was
round.
an issue with his thumb that I picked out.
Of course.
That I didn't know if there was an issue with his thumb,
but he looked pretty beat up as well. Even when I saw him at the end of the second round. So, and he hasn't come into the media room yet for his post-fight interview. So, and usually by now it's the third fight, they probably would have been in.
Yeah.
So, I'm assuming that they might have
Interesting
transported him.
spider senses from Jamie there. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, first round is over. Smolka is bleeding out of the face. Oh, 2.5 ahead. Damn. There's nothing you can do about that then, is there? His nose did look broken. How we doing, Oscar? Come on round, mate, if you want. Gagging to get in on some content.
I love a bit of content.
How you doing, brother?
Good, mate. It's a bit sleepy, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
A little bit sleepy. Haven't had anyone come back yet, so just waiting to get those hard-hitting questions in for Jake Collier.
Well, we were just discussing the idea that Jake might have gone to the hospital. There was a rumour in the fight that he hurt his thumb, according to John Anik on the comms. So
He also had a very big cut, so maybe he got stitches and stuff. That's usually why they take a little while. But I did see one of the UFC PR staff. Love the UFC PR staff. Always taking care of us back here. They just went out to go get someone, so I'm assuming we're either going to get him or Tapuria in a second.
yeah, I think with the Taporia thing, did you notice how in the post-fight press conference he actually didn't get a post-fight interview, I should say, because he was looking for his translator, and then obviously they ran out of time because of the broadcast and the adverts that need to come on, so he didn't actually get to say anything. Looked bitterly disappointed about that, which might work out better for us and our content.
Well, I mean, maybe what if he doesn't have a translator back here? What language does he speak?
It was Spanish.
He was Spanish, but he was speaking like a little bit English as well, like, but I don't know why he just didn't carry on and
But
give
I
it
think
a
he
go.
wanted to make quite a long statement.
Brexit.
I think by the sounds of it, he wanted to make quite a large statement, and if his English isn't as good as his Spanish, obviously, then it's a shame that he didn't get to make anything. You know when like you finish the interview and that camera like walks into the middle, he was just handed over his headphones like, is that it? He looked gutted, bless him. So me and Jamie have actually just been playing a game with all of our viewers. Just need to screenshot a couple more of them. But we've done a little accumulator kind of game with everybody in the chat. These are my picks. Some of them are very ballsy, but that's the beauty of the game.
I came up with a good game yesterday when I was drunk as anything. I thought I'll give you 8 names of fighters, and you have to pick one MMA media person to interview that fighter to get me the overall best content.
That's a good game.
So some fighters, for example, I gave like people who are less interesting in interviews. That's probably not a very fair thing to say, but people who are really boring. And then, so do you write them off and give them like one of the less good interviewers? So you just like write it off, or do you give them one of the best interviewers to try and get at least something?
Yeah,
That's an interesting. That is interesting. So for McGregor, did you pick me?
No, I didn't.
Who would you give me and Mystery?
Yeah, who would you give if you had the whole roster?
I would.
If you had the whole roster to pick from, and you have to give us.
Someone like Dan Hardy or something, you know. I'd give you a. Who would you guys be good with? Depends what the situation is. If it was like a sit down, like a proper long podcast, I could see you guys doing something quite good with someone like Leon Edwards, who's got a reputation as being a bit like dull in interviews, but he's actually got a really interesting backstory, and I think you just need to have the right sort of person, the right sort of tone to get it out of him, and I think your soft-spoken approach would probably relax him and probably make him share a bit more.
It's weird, man. Like, this whole soft-spoken thing is like completely new to me, dude. Like, on it, I think I sound like a chicken being squeezed.
Nah. When you were speaking to Sean O'Malley the other day, and I was listening, obviously I had my head into the sound, and you got a very soothing voice, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very strange,
nice.
because
You're always together. So if you say it, it sounds a bit sort of like, you know, I just come in and like listen to you when you're sleeping and that.
That's all right. You can do that if you want.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, dude. Somebody said that I have a very calming voice. I get that. I get that all the time.
That's a lovely.
That ASMR comes in our chat all the time. All the time.
I just sound like I'm half asleep.
Yeah,
all
you
the
are
time.
half asleep all the time. All right, Oski, lower the tone now. Go home.
You always make me laugh because you just say things like so, like passively. But like, remember that time when that guy was like, "Oh, do you want to swap seats?" You're like, "I think I'm right here, to be fair."
Yeah. Just cracks me. Mark Goddard said that. Mark, I think we were in a listen interview, and Mark was saying Jamie's going to live till he's 180, man, because his heart just must not go over like 60. You know?
You'd be like in a mad car crash, be like, "Oh, I think I've written the car off, to be fair." Smoke billows from the engine.
Yeah, crash on the highways, get out. Jamie's like, whoops. Hey, golf commentary is great, man. Come on. So, did we miss a finish?
Don't know, I wasn't watching.
Damn. I was trying to watch, but I'm multitasking here. So Smoker got smoked, apparently.
Lewis Smoker won.
What?
So we've actually lost our first one.
Didn't someone just write in the chat, Smoker got smoked? I'm getting misinformed. But that's my fault, because I am literally here in Vegas.
It's a great takedown.
That was a great takedown.
Look at that head and arm throw. It's because Quinones kept getting that body lock takedown.
Nice.
Well
done. Okay, so Smoker with the victory. Let's see who is winning. Okay, Kai is currently 1-0. Red. Oh, I've just noticed it was a joke.
So,
Stingle Master wrote Quinones. That's all right. You're still in the game, mate. Everyone is still in the game. It is not over if you are wrong. You're still in the game. This is all about who gets the most. We've got Pez. Pez is on it. You got it right.
We're going to mix in some replays here, but Colin Oyama had some pretty good advice for you there after round one. And
Just
Okay.
had some news, sorry.
You've just got some news.
Jake Collier has been transported, so he was obviously injured. Like they were saying, he had a cut, or someone actually mentioned his nose looked broken as well. So he won't be coming back to the media tent for an interview, but we wish him a speedy recovery.
Certainly do. Well done to everybody who's 1 in 6 at the moment. Good job. Very good job. If you don't mind, Jamie, just while this is going on, I'm going to quickly nip to the toilet.
Sure thing.
I won't be longer than 5 minutes.
Cool. So yeah, Lewis Smoker just. Oh, thank you.
I checked a few, I baited a few, so pretty happy with that. It was a most productive fight week for you. How soon would you like to get back in there, Lewis? Pretty soon, honestly.
So,
I don't know if like the 19th
Lewis,
would be the
coffee?
greatest, 'cause, like,
Yes, please, mate. I'd love one. Thank you.
February would be awesome.
They get a bit too close there. We're gonna have to watch them.
And I would pay to see it if need be. Get home to your baby girl.
And it's social
Congratulations, Lewis.
distancing.
We'll see you
Social
back.
distancing.
Thank you, John. Yeah, I can't wait to go home and see Lewis.
Sorry. So yeah, if you guys picked Lewis Smoker, unlike me and James, then you are
UFC finish.
okay for the rest of the card so far. You're still on track for bragging rights. Me and James both picked Jose Quinones to win that fight, and we both did not come through. So, but congratulations to Lewis Smoker. It did catch the replays just there, and it did look like a great finish from him. Looked really good. First round, I mean, Quinones looked on top, but he obviously made the adjustments, took the advice from his coaches, and made those changes to come out with the win. So yeah, up next we have, well, that was the last prelim fight, so next, in around 10 minutes, the main card is going to start, and our first fight is Matt Wyman versus Jordan Levitt. I've been looking forward to seeing Jordan Levitt win, well, he might do, but I've been looking forward to seeing Jordan Levitt fight. I know he's come off the Contender Series, and he is going to be fighting Matt Wyman.
All right, Megan, thank you very much. Very interesting style matchup in our main event between Jack Hermansson and Marvin Vettori.
So Jordan Levitt, yes, the Monkey King. So this is his first official fight in the UFC. He came off the Contender Series. He won his fight in the Contender Series against Luke Flores, won by arm triangle choke as well. So he's currently undefeated. He's got a record of 7-0. Now, as me and James were saying the other day, now this first official fight will be, I mean, when you step up into the UFC, it is the biggest test to see if you can get through that first fight and hold on to your undefeated record, because there is a lot of fighters that do come in undefeated, and you know, when they get to the level of the UFC, they find it a lot harder, maybe struggle for the first few of their fights until they kind of find their way. But I've got Jordan Levitt for this fight. Hopefully he's going to get the win for me, for the bragging rights over James. But he is facing Matt Wyman. Now, Matt Wyman's a pretty experienced UFC fighter. He's had a lot of fights in the UFC. But he is also on a 2-fight losing streak. He lost his last fight to Joe Selecki, and before that he lost to Luis Pena. So, I mean, this fight, him coming into this fight against Levitt, he will probably be looking to, you know, get back on the winning side of things and prove a point. But it's a tough fight for both guys, to be honest, because they're obviously both looking to go out there to prove points for different reasons. But obviously Matt Wyman's going to be going out there to try and get back on the winning streak, and obviously Jordan Levitt is it's his first official fight, so he's going to be looking to to impress. And
Wrestling fights definitely gave me a good feeling for this year, and then I've been eager to get back in there and continue my rise towards the title.
but what are your guys' picks on this? I know we've obviously got a little game going on where you have picked your winners for this card.
You know that there's always a possibility that you can either
And the guys who have picked Smolka
it has been a roller coaster
are obviously on track to a win at the minute. Like I said, unlike me and James, we both picked Jose Quinones to win.
To adapt to all the challenges that the COVID situation brought to us, we have to be creative and find solutions to keep the training going. And everybody at training is basically.
So just while we're waiting for the main card, I just want to tell you a little bit about the content that we've got coming out on for the guys who are anyone who's just joined. We mentioned it earlier, but this week we went to go see Sean O'Malley down in Arizona, and we spent the day with him. We arrived there quite early in the morning because they were filming the Timbo Sugar Show, which we had the chance to go to, sit down, meet everyone there, and really good. Go check out Timbo Sugar Show. It was good to be there. We're going to be creating all kinds of content from around that day. We went to we spent the day with Sean. Watched him train. As I said, we were on the Timbo Sugar Show with him. So loads of cool content around that coming out. And also we spent some time at the MMA lab with John Crouch allowed us in to create some content around the guys that they've got there at the minute, with the likes of Casey Kenny, Kyler Phillips, all that great talent coming out of the MMA lab at the minute. So we've got a lot of content coming out over the next week or so stay tuned for all that. But yeah, it was brilliant being down in Arizona. There seems to be a lot of talent out there at the minute.
He's fighting before he wakes up, when he wakes up, when he's eating breakfast, when he's gone to the bathroom, he's ready for fight. Welcome to the club. That's the one thing. Welcome to the club. We're in the UFC every single person who drinks and sleeps the sport. So Hermansson's no different. What I love is the first round of this fight, because these two are going to come meet and create an explosion.
Thank you, Jamie.
Step back in the first round. So do not switch.
We will get
close your eyes. It's gonna
a headphone splitter
for sure,
and another pair of headphones.
Marvin Vettori. Speaking of obsessed with
So, as I was sat here, I found it almost impossible to hear what you were saying.
Yeah, I know.
So, I'll try and speak a little bit louder. Good Mark. I'm glad the mic is a lot better. We are trying to improve everything. We did go out and buy a new Zoom. This bad boy. We went out and we bought another one of these. So Jamie's got one, I've got one. What we're doing here is Jamie's got his there. That sorts us out for the post-fight interviews. So previously we were unplugging, connecting to the UFC to get their audio, and then plugging back in, and it just made a lot more sense to invest and get another H6 Zoom. We did shout out to the boys at Full Reptile, because there is no better support system in the world than everybody working at Full Reptile. Whatever we want, whether we ask for it or not, like, everybody is just so down to support what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And thank you very much to everybody at Full Reptile for all of that, man. It's amazing support system. So thank you very much. But we got a new iMac. No, we didn't. We got a new iPad. We got a new tripod.
Yeah. Just turn your
Turn my what?
your phone.
Oh, right, sorry. I have got my phone going off in my pocket, but I got my headphones on, so I can't hear. But we also got a 360 camera
That's one of the coolest things we've got.
It is one of the coolest things we got. It was hanging. So O'Malley's got like Sean O'Malley has a car called a Polaris Slingshot. I went for a ride in it, and I was just hanging it out, putting it everywhere, and we've got some really cool footage of that. I might actually try and show them some of that footage really quickly, because it's pretty cool.
We were at the Grand Canyon as well, and we had it there.
We did.
That was amazing.
That was amazing.
One of like a once in a lifetime moment. Had an epiphany standing on the edge of that
What about?
massive drop.
A private epiphany.
Sorry?
A private epiphany.
Yeah. Can't be telling you my epiphanies. But no, I mean, it's something that if you see a picture of it, you're like, oh yeah, that's amazing, it looks great. But to stand there and like witness it with your own eyes is something else. Like just the sheer scale of it, and that was nuts.
Man,
amazing.
for sure. There's a that happens to me all the time. It's like everybody has seen what the New York skyline looks like. We've all seen it. Everybody's seen it. But if you haven't been there and stood across the river and looked at it, it's just different. Somebody can sit there till they're blue in their face trying to describe the damn thing, and it just won't sink in until you feel it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, there is a lot of that, and it was very similar with the Grand Canyon. But what I was getting at, if I can do this whilst talking, then props to me. But I'm just trying to get in a video of Sean O'Malley and myself using this 360 camera, using the 360 outside of the Slingshot, which is his crazy ass car. I am just going to open the video now. Right, let's see if I can get this in. New window capture. Okay. I think I might have done it, boys and girls. Let's see if this works. If it's just gonna right. In the corner here is this little bad boy. In the car is Sean O'Malley and me. And I think if you look in the background in the Jeep thing, there's Jamie. So this is the kind of footage you can get with the 360 camera. So I pulled up. Well, we obviously both pulled up to the Timbo Sugar Soap studio. Then straight after that, Sean was going to do some Muay Thai, and we were going to follow him. And he pulled out outside the studio as we walked out in this little bad boy, and he asked if I wanted to jump in, and I obliged like mad. So as you can see in the corner, this is some of the new equipment we've got, and the editing ability on it is really, really cool. It's very cool. You can like have full control of where you want the camera to go after, and all of that jazz. So that's super cool. So I'm glad I managed to get to show you that. That's pretty cool. I quite like that little new that little thing that we got going on there. We'll try and chuck a few more bits and bobs in like that. Just trying to look on my phone now if I've got anything else of interest to show you guys, which you might find cool. But I guess I can do that in a bit. So where are we now in the card? We broke for the main card now, yeah?
Yeah.
Matt Wyman and Jordan Levitt.
Yeah, it's literally just, well, I think it's about to start in a few minutes.
Yeah.
7:30 or so.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It starts at 7:30, does it? I wish they would put the times down. Oh, they do put the times down. Prelims at 8 p.m. Yeah? That's weird.
Oh, that's Eastern time.
Why would they put Eastern? There's nobody here
I'm not
on
sure.
like in New York.
But it is currently 5 past 7.
Literally on the
here.
West Coast, nobody else gets this. Don't know why it's got that time on.
But to kick us off, on the main card, Matt Wyman versus Jordan Levitt.
Yeah.
And it is just about to start. I was saying that this is Jordan Levitt's first official fight in the UFC. Matt Wyman is an experienced UFC fighter, but he's coming off a 2-fight losing streak, so I feel like both of these guys are going to be going out there to try and prove a point for different reasons. Jordan Levitt, he's going to be looking to impress on his first official fight, and Matt Wyman is obviously going to be looking to go in there to get back on the winning side of things.
Absolutely. And
I'm very much looking forward to this fight.
Obviously, I haven't got a spoon. Nobody can see what I'm doing. That's great. Jordan coming into the UFC with an undefeated record. That's great.
Yeah.
That's very good. But the real question is, can he keep that in the UFC? That's the real question. I'm looking forward to this bout very much. I'm just trying to get up. I'm going to give a little shout out to the boys who have absolutely smashed it this week. So, if you don't know, now you will know. But we have been doing fantastic on Full Reptile website, Full Reptile merch, Full Reptile everything, right?
Yeah.
We have killed it this month. Shout out to everybody involved back in England that has been doing that. I am going to give you a little show of what's available, because you guys can all head down to fullreptile.co.uk. We've got a ton of stuff in here for everybody. Lifestyle, headwear, training. Let's have a look what's new, for example. We've got a lot of roughhouse stuff. We've got some Raptor hoodies. Shout out to us.
and
this,
I am currently wearing one of the t-shirts on sale on the website, so if you do hate Dan Hardy, this is the perfect t-shirt for you. Just for the record, we don't hate Dan Hardy.
Of course we don't hate Dan Hardy.
I love the t-shirt.
Yeah, and as you can see here, you can get it in pink.
Yeah, I need to get one of them pink ones.
Yeah, me too. But this little bad boy here, this Raptor sweatshirt. Me and Jamie rocking that all the time. But feel free to head down to fullreptile.co.uk if you want to support the brand, support the boys. You know what to do. Go browse. This is well cool. I'm enjoying all these things that I can do with this live broadcast. He does. He's got it in pink as well.
Jordan Levitt really is. In fact, we heard John Anik mention earlier that he was just so totally calm for his Contender Series fight. Well, he told me that even this week was the
Which match, Nicholas?
He credits a lot of that to visual.
Obviously, there's a match now, so.
He prepares his mind for the rigor of a fight. And speaking of the fight, he is.
Can you guys hear Megan Levy? If you can, maybe I'll let you listen to her while she talks us through. Can you hear that? Let me know in the chat if you can hear this, and if you even care that you can hear this.
I don't want to lose, but part of me feels really bad that he's going to fail because of me, John.
This is one thoughtful 25-year-old. He gave us so much gold in that fighter meeting on Wednesday. I had run out of room on my fighter card, but part of the reason he was so calm in that Dana White Contender Series by Paul, because that opportunity was validation. I belong. I have gotten to the precipice, and now here he is.
Thanks, Pez.
Yeah, I think for a lot of those guys on Dana White's Contender Series have almost more pressure, right? It's like the difference between having the job and trying to get the job. You're obviously going to be more nervous trying to get the job, interviewing with the boss, than you are once you have it, you're in the job, you're going to work hard, you're here. So now it's just a matter of going out there and showing everybody what you're capable of. But leading up to that, a lot more pressure on their hands.
Oh, it's commercial break, yeah? Exclusives on Full Reptile.
All right, here's the roster stable.
You guys discussing adverts.
For his 18th UFC appearance, and Dominic Cruz, this is a man whose body is still responding well to the workouts, and he will try to take out a young lion here tonight.
Yeah, I love Matt Wyman in this matchup because he's facing...
We have not had one post-fight interview yet, and we are on the main card. That is definitely a first. Not surprising, no, because there is only 3 fights on the prelims, so that is not surprising. But as soon as somebody comes in, you guys will be the first people on the planet outside of this media tent to see these post-fight interviews. Nobody else here is streaming that I'm aware of. Maybe they are, maybe they're not, I don't know.
Something Dominic said, I thought it was interesting. Jordan Levitt has been such a big fan of Matt Wyman because he felt like competitively with his single legs and takedowns and certain wrinkles that he was...
They were talking about Jordan Levitt. Oh, okay, we have got Ilia Topuria coming in. So give me 1 second, everybody, whilst I adjust the camera.
Curious. Matt Wyman ended what was a 4.5-year MMA layoff in June of 2019 against Luis Pena, and now is making his 3rd start in this 2nd stint. All right, raring and ready to go with the main card opener. This tale of the tape is brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. Matt Wyman is 37, Jordan Levitt is 25. Wyman the taller man by an inch. Both fighters coming in half a pound below the 156-pound lightweight limit. 3-inch reach advantage resides in the blue corner with Jordan Levitt. All right, now for the introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
So, you guys will be the first people to be watching this post-fight interview. Oh, he needs another translator. Again. No translator.
I was interested in how you think the fight went, and congratulations on the victory. What's your assessment of your performance?
Yeah, I feel amazing, how I said before. I feel great, you know. The hard work gets pay off.
Your body work is something that we don't really see in MMA a lot, you know, just ripping punch to the body. Is that something you feel is missing in this sport?
Yeah, I was working for it, you know. Like I said before, I like the Canelo style, the body shots, and I train a lot of boxing, and for this fight especially I train a lot of boxing because I was knowing that the fight was super for striking. You know.
When you look at someone like Canelo, what is it about him? Much.
Yeah, I was watching him since I was a kid, you know, and I tried to copy him.
When would you like to get back in the cage? When can we see you fight again?
I don't know. First of all, I want to go back with my family. I miss a lot my kid. I miss his first birthday. And I want to see him now and enjoy with my family all to Christmas time, and we'll see what's gonna happen in 2021.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I think you touched upon it a little bit there. What was the overall game plan? It looked like, as well as going to the body, you were looking to shut down any possibility for Damon to try to do some takedowns. Was that part of the game plan?
Yeah, of course, the game plan was to hurt him and stand up, and I was knowing that when he was hurt, he will start to search for the takedown. And I was ready for that.
You showed some great power in your hands as well. Do you feel you're one of the strongest, most powerful punchers in that division?
Yeah, of course. I'm young. I have a lot of things for improve, and I'm the next champion. And that was what I was saying since long time ago.
So looking into 2020, how busy, how active do you want to be in 2020? I'm sorry, 2021.
Yeah, this year was difficult for me, like for everyone. It was a difficult year and a rare year. But I have to say, the pleasure to have my family and my friends who helped me a lot for make my dreams true. My management, my friend Lucas, who helped me to get here in the United States, for make all the stuff with visa. It was a little bit difficult, but on the final of the day, I feel grateful and what to say, unbelievable year.
That's great. Damon Jackson, a good name to himself as well. But looking into to 2021, what are some of the names that are on your radar that you would like to challenge yourself with in the cage?
The only man who means something for me, it's the man who has the belt. I don't care about anyone else. I just want a man who has the belt. Anyone, I don't care. I want to fight with anyone. I don't choose my opponent before the belt. I don't give a fuck about this.
Last one for me. Before they cut you off, or they did cut you off in the post-fight interview, you were asking for a translator because it looked like you had one final thing that you wanted to say that you didn't get a chance. What did you want to say back in the back that you maybe want to say out here?
Yeah, because today is a special day for my family because my uncle with 19 years, he died in the war in Georgia, 5 of December, and it's a little bit sad day for my family, and I want to how to say, maybe I get some smile in my family's face, this day. So I want to say I love you, everybody, to my family, and nothing else.
Sorry to hear. Condolences for your loss.
And I want to say one more thing. I was waiting for the bono in my first fight, but this time I won my bono, my fight bono. I want my fight bonus. Hey, translated, how?
Yeah.
Translated.
My bonus, 50
my
G.
50 Gs, yeah. I want my 50
You
Gs.
deserve it.
Yeah, thank you so much, my man.
Well, a fight bonus with the fight boner is even better, but we'll take it.
Thank you.
Congrats on the win.
Felicidades, amigo, con el triunfo.
Qué grande, por fin en español.
Dijiste que le querías brindar a tu tío el triunfo. Me imagino que eso es un especial momento en tu carrera, si puedes hablar sobre ello. Y me dijiste que fallaste el cumpleaños de tu hijo.
Sí, así es. Bueno, primero, ante nada, sí, le quería dedicar esta victoria a mi tío, que en paz descanse, que hoy en día, el 5 de diciembre, en la guerra falleció junto a otros familiares, y le quería dedicar esta victoria a él, y también decirle a mi familia que les quiero un montón y sé que es un día difícil para ellos, pero espero haber conseguido una sonrisa en sus caras. Y qué más decir, ¿no? Y sí, lo del cumpleaños de mi hijo lo perdí por una buena razón, y ahora pues nada, no puedo esperar para volver a casa y verlo y darle un abrazo, que ya tiene 1 año, y cuando vuelva yo creo que lo voy a notar diferente, ¿no? Porque 2 meses sin verlo, y los niños a esta edad cambian por día. Pero bueno, tengo ganas de volver, y gracias a Dios que me ha dado esta oportunidad de estar hoy en día frente de ustedes, dar esta entrevista después de una buena victoria. Me siento más que agradecido.
Felicidades. Y yo creo que cuando un día ya tenga más edad y pueda valorar estos momentos, pues va a ver que su papá triunfó y está invicto. Ahora háblanos sobre ese estilo de Canelo. ¿Por qué no Chávez? Porque él tenía mejor trabajo al cuerpo, ¿no?
Sí, obviamente que sí. Seguramente que Canelo habrá aprendido mucho de Chávez, pero yo las peleas de Chávez, claro que los he visto mucho, pero hoy en día es más fácil ver las peleas de Canelo y todo. Entonces yo he crecido con su estilo y me encanta y es algo que lo he querido meter siempre en MMA, que sé que el fallo de muchos luchadores es que no utilizan los golpes al cuerpo y yo quería pues introducir este juego en el juego.
Y finalmente, claro, la misma pregunta que vas a recibir, especialmente porque triunfaste, estás invicto y como ganaste por knockout. Aparte del título, ¿quién está en en la operación? ¿Quién quieres ver la próxima vez para subir en los rankings?
Obviamente como un luchador y todo, no quiero hacer un reto irreal, ¿no? Que retar a alguien que no tenga sentido ahora mismo podría estar diciendo, hey Conor, vamos a pelear, pero no tiene ningún sentido, ¿no? Entonces, por lo tanto, pues quiero entrar en el top 15 lo antes posible y los que se me ocurren es Rice, Mitchell y algunos que están por ahí que ni lo he mirado, ¿no? Yo la verdad que no me fijo en el número 15, 10, 5, no me importa, ¿no? Yo solo me fijo en el hombre que tiene el cinturón, como he dicho anteriormente, entonces es una pregunta un poco difícil de responder. Pero sí, para llegar al cinturón también lo tengo claro que tengo que pasar todas esas fases, así que no sé, alguien como Bryce Mitchell o cualquiera que esté en el top 15, top 10 que quiera pelear conmigo, pues le puedo dar una pelea y estoy seguro que le puedo derrotar a cualquiera de ellos.
Gracias, man. Felicidades.
Muchísimas gracias.
And realistically, if you hesitate in this sport in 2020, 2021, you will get knocked out. And I was going to do that during
Wow.
celebration if I ever fought, but I don't think I'm going to fight. That Wyman is...
Holy
smokes.
Dude, that slam KO. Wow. That was weird, man, because Matt Wyman had multiple opportunities to post with his legs and get out of that. He was carrying him by choice. Matt Wyman went to put his arm out to think about posting, even thought about putting a leg down, and he decided to go against it and stay there. And he could see Levitt knew exactly what he was doing with sliding his elbow under his chin and then just slamming him down. It was beautiful. He knew what he was doing because as soon as he was knocked out, he didn't even do anything. He just stood up, didn't he? Wow, that was cool, man. But I obviously hope that dude is okay. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look at these what are they called? The fan accumulations. So I'm going to have a look at what we have so far. So Kai is 2 out of 6 at the moment. Very, very good from Kai. Smolka, Levitt. Now he just needs Alan, Benitez, OSP, and Hermansson. We got Red Onin, who I keep forgetting as a joke one. Stingle Minster, Quinoles. Okay, 1 in 6. Who did I write for that? Okay, so I'm 1 in 6 now. Finally, I got my 1. I'm 1 in 6. But Kai, I'm battling you, mate, for Roman Deladze. So that should be interesting. So far, Kai's got all of them right so far. Very well done, Kai. Hopefully I can catch up with you.
It was like last moments with my dad. We spent 45 days in Brazil. I was there sleeping with him.
Yeah, the way he framed that was so perfect. You're bang on right. When it was happening, I was watching in the corner of my eye. I didn't actually expect a knockout slam, to be honest. I thought, for whatever reason, we were seeing Levitt pick up Matt and take him to his corner, doing a little bit of a Khamzat Chimaev. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but Dan pointed that out to us, that when you're watching Khamzat Chimaev, what you tend to see him do is pick up his fighter literally and take him to his corner. Like, he will pick him up from across the octagon, walk with him and put him down in his corner. A little bit like a cat bringing back a bird into your house, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Very cool though. That's what I thought we were seeing. And then I saw the hand sliding under the chin to add to that slam. Brilliant framing. Very nice. Very nice. So next we've got Roman Deladze against John Allen. And this is a light heavyweight bout, so we could see some... Oh wait, what's that? Okay, 4 fights left. 4 fights left. Damn, it's flying through these fights. Okay, cool. Well done, Prince. Very cool. So really, right now we should still be. Oh no! We are on time with Jimmy Flick, Montana, Smoker, Roman Deladze. Okay, so we've got Roman Deladze, as I just said, light heavyweight 3-round bout against John Allen. I've picked Roman Deladze for my accumulator here, my full Reptile live chat accumulator for bragging rights, which I'm not winning. Kai seems to be winning. Then we've got Gabriel Benitez against Justin James in a lightweight 3-round bout. My pick is Benitez. Then the co-main event, we've got the light heavyweight bout 3-round Jamala Hill and Vince St. Peru. I've gone for a Jamala Hill win by knockout. We've seen Vince St. Peru knocked out a few times. Like I said when I was making these picks, they weren't properly educated picks, and they were just in the moment feeling out picks and what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking. So, you know, another thing to bear in mind is, you know, on average, if you miss weight, the stats are saying that you're more likely to win. Not because you've missed weight, but just the stats are saying the guys that have missed weight seem to have picked up victories in the past. So I could be horribly wrong there, but somebody that broke that trend recently was Mike Perry, so hopefully there's a twist in that trend. And then we've gone Jack Hermansson and Marvin Vettori. Everyone seems very set on Hermansson, and hey, Hermansson is an incredible fighter. He's the dark horse of the division, he really is. But I smell an upset. I don't know why. I'm not sure why, but I do. I smell an upset, and Marvin Vettori is somebody you don't really want to upset. Very, very good fighter.
Still as powerful as the day he uttered those words.
Me too, I only hear womps. Me too. I actually asked Dana I asked Dana in the last post-fight interview, like, this is just another example of why you cannot sleep on a UFC card, even when the main event falls out. And here we are again, same story. Sleeping on this card, people are. And it's turning out to be a cracker.
And we will now see what kind of challenge he is presented by the streaking Italian Marvin Vettori. Another title
Yeah, so Mark has just said in the chat he's not keen on seeing a slam since Rose was put down. I agree. I feel like, I don't know, man, there's something about slams that are a little bit, ooh, you know what I mean? Definitely a little bit like, is he okay? However, I do think that this Rose slam and this Jordan Levitt slam were very, very, very different. If I got to choose which slam would you rather be in, I would definitely have picked Jordan Levitt's slam over Andrade's slam, 100%. Like the way that Rose fell was detrimental to her spine. This just didn't look nice. But this is a little knockout from a padded floor. Back of the head, fair enough, but I'd rather pick the Jordan Levitt slam to be knocked out by, personally.
To go toe-to-toe. Coming up next, Roman Dolidze takes on John Allen.
I do need to recalibrate that spice meter. You are bang on right, mate. That was like something that wasn't planned. Edited out the blue, edited really quickly as well, and it took like about 2 hours to edit as well. It was a mess of a timeline, let's just say that. I was trying to quickly get out these war rooms, so I was just like, okay, this is the idea. We've got the spicer meter. Let's just knock it out and give it a go and see what happens. But in hindsight, there are many things I would now change about that. One of them being the chili in the middle of the screen. I think we're going to need to put that in the side, maybe in the corner, maybe even make a bar. We definitely need more spice levels for these face-offs, because 3 is not enough. And yeah, so next face-offs we will add another spicer meter, try and make things a little bit more fun and interesting for the face-offs. Not that they're not fun and interesting anyway, because they definitely are, but a little bit of some extra, it isn't going to hurt anyone, is it? And it seems to be going down relatively well, so that's quite cool. I may have given a few people a seizure from that chili, which I did not think about whatsoever when editing it, so apologies to my epileptic brothers out there and sisters. That was an accident. Hopefully nobody did actually have a seizure. I was looking at things straight and constantly, didn't even think about it once. Maybe my eyes are just super hard. If they are, it's the only hard thing about me is my eyes and not giving me an epileptic fit. So out comes Roman Dolidze in this light heavyweight bout, apologies, fighting John Allen. And if you don't know who John Allen is, no, he's not British, and no, he's not American. He's Brazilian. Not a very Brazilian name. Maybe I'm wrong there. If I've got some Brazilians in the chat that can correct me, apologies. But from the outside, that took me by surprise. And then right after this, man, we have my pick for fight of the night. Gabriel Benitez fighting Justin James in a lightweight 3-round bout.
You know, when we talked about this fight, he said, I used to always envision how I thought things would go, and I'd always
Jordan looks really good, doesn't he? So far, so good. Kept that O and did it in what you can only describe as style, really. So Manuel, you did little. You must have. You must be joining. You must be just joining, and that's obviously that is not a problem. I will tell you. I'll tell a few more people. Why not, man? Because we're in a little bit of a. We're just waiting for the fighters to walk out, so I'll go over a few things again for some of the new guys. So you're interested in what we're using as cameras and all that jazz. We've got some GH5s. We are using OBS to do this live stream. We got Shure mics, 2 zooms, 2 mics, and Miguel, we recently got this little beast. This is awesome, man. This is so cool. This is probably the probably my favorite purchase that the boys have got us at Full Reptile. And it's basically a 360 camera. When we were out in Arizona with Sean O'Malley, Sean picked me up outside the Timbo Sugar Show podcast, and he was pulled up in his slingshot. A slingshot is some like go-kart kind of car type thing. I've just put a picture in right now. This is some footage from the 360 camera, and you don't have to have it in this style, this planet, little mini planet style. So we've just started the fights, by the way. John Allen and Roman Delodze, we have just begun that. 10 seconds in, a little bit of feeling out. But basically, this here is some of the footage from our 360 camera. When we were, this is a little bit of an exclusive, I guess, because no one's seen this yet, and it will be coming out eventually in and amongst the vlog from the day with O'Malley, Kyler Phillips, Casey Kenny, all of them top lads. But this is a little bit of the footage, kind of the style of the footage anyway. Like I say, you can edit this in many different ways. It doesn't have to be a little planet. Ooh, we have got a quick takedown here. Some nice scrambling going on. Kimura nearly. Okay, so the fight is now on the ground. Allen on his back, but in and amongst that, this is basically just some of the behind-the-scenes footage from when we were with Sean, and that is obviously Sean driving the car there, bombing it round Arizona, listening to Big L. What a day that was! Very cool.
John Allen is happy to be in the guard, happy to play jiu-jitsu. Yeah, he's being very offensive back right now.
Hope you enjoyed that little segue. I have not edited it yet. Yeah, size differences is apparent, isn't it? So with that 360 camera, we edit that in a special bit of software where you can direct where you want it to look, whether you want it zoomed in, zoomed out, you know what I mean? All of that. Oh, what's going on here? Is that a heel hook?
John Allen, now it's locked in. He's got to fight the knees, got to fight the feet.
Ooh, we've got a heel hook coming in right here. Uh-oh, he needs to roll. Okay, slipped out. As Felder said, very good patience there from John Allen. Nearly in there with a heel hook. What do you edit in? We edit in a special bit of software. We edit properly in Premiere, but for the 360, we edit in a 360 editing software, which allows you to keyframe and move the camera where you want it to be and all of that type of jazz. I'll chuck in a few more photos actually to show you if you're interested. If not, apologies. Well, I'm still chatting about the fight in and amongst all this. Ooh, Deladze giving a big nice scream there. He like being hit.
Nice jab from Deladze, who is most comfortable in combat.
Deladze looking like all heart right here. I like it.
Attacking that calf early as well. Slow down that movement. There it goes again.
I can't read this Spanish to my Spanish friends out there. If anyone knows how to translate, please do. But why? Damn. Every fight has been banging on this card. Every fight has been banging on this card.
Inside leg kick lands for Deladze.
Who was saying this card was going to be trash? I need to go and find that comment. Because damn, you were wrong. And damn, did I know it.
John Allen's looking for the left or the left high kick. I mean, he's just doing a good job. See how he's
So,
John Allen's faking in, out. That really helps.
ooh.
There, he's got him hooked back. Was that a hook?
Oh, he's going for the heel hook now. Oh, he's gone for it again. Sorry, not. Ooh, Deladze's got his neck caught. Okay, nice.
Oh, nice job by Roman being able to keep that leg. Yeah, it's actually
Roman doing very well here.
to adapt to the guillotine, and then Roman made a good adjustment by keeping that single leg.
Figures to be a hard pace for these light heavyweights to sustain.
Let me see if you can see this.
Deladze trying to put the finishing touches on it here. Back in a minute.
Very entertaining first round there. Also, if you guys aren't following Raptors MMA on Instagram, that is where you will stay ahead of everything full Reptile related. Like, for example, we have been constantly telling you we've been to go see Sean O'Malley and all the boys, Kyler Phillips, all of those lads. But you haven't got anywhere to see that as yet. But if you're following Raptors MMA on Instagram, you can see some of that stuff out already. They do both. Both of them look very strong. Hey V, you know I care about everybody in this chat. Appreciate everybody being here. So yeah, definitely would like to know what everyone's saying. I'm just airdropping a few things to my phone. I mean to my laptop.
The knockdown was caused by a headbutt. It was Deladze's head inadvertently hitting the chin of John.
So there was a knockdown in the first round caused by a headbutt.
I'm saying stop going for the leg locks, create some damage, stay on top, which I think is very intelligent. I think he needs to create damage before he gets too comfortable with his confidence, because I feel like he's a little overconfident at the moment. He has got to create damage before you start playing those mental games.
I agree with that. Yeah, those high-risk situations, dropping down for those heel hooks, I mean, they're spectacular, but you got a guy hurt, you got to take advantage of that, do damage, and that's what Eric Nixon wants. They want ground and pound out of him. You get on top of your opponent, let's beat him up first, then look for the submission.
So I have just successfully airdropped some things. Oh, we've got a Smoker. Luis Smoker has entered the building. So I will get on that stuff after Smoker.
What's up, man?
Hi, guys.
Hello. Congratulations on the victory. Give us your thoughts on the fight.
It was a pretty scrappy fight, back and forth. He used a lot of energy in the first, probably won off of just the activity, the gas, the consumption. But I think he spent too much energy in the first and kind of blew his load a little bit. Seemed a little tired going into the second.
When you see a guy expending that much energy during the first round, do you think to yourself, okay, if I last this out, he's going to tire, or do you think hopefully this guy can't do it all 3 rounds?
Well, I don't know if you play EA Sports UFC 4, sir, but cardio is king.
It is.
Yeah, once you blow your load, that's just how it is, man. There are guys that can push a ridiculous pace, but like once you start seeing them breathe, it's a little bit different. You can tell by the body language, you can tell by the breath. My coach was telling me too, Coach Colin, he was like, bro, he's tired, he's gonna be tired. Like the next round, he's gassing, and that's what I thought too, but he just confirmed it for me.
Who do you play as apart from yourself in EA UFC 4?
My character needs an upgrade. We need like +8 or like +2 or 3 durability and stuff, after that one. But yeah, no, I play with myself a lot. My go-to guys though, hey, bro, you know what you were doing when you asked that question.
Yeah. I just didn't expect the blunt. I play with myself a lot. Were you expecting him to be orthodox?
I was expecting southpaw. He
Yeah.
ran mirrored stances against like every other fight that I watched. He ran mirrored stance, so I expected him to come out southpaw.
Did that throw you off a little bit?
Yeah, it did. I was expecting him to come out southpaw, exit to his right a lot, but instead he came out orthodox and exited to his left. So it was a little bit opposite of what I was expecting. I had to switch it up a little bit. Threw me off, but I mean we figured it out after a little bit.
Cool. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Lewis, congrats on the win. It's you have such a long career here with the UFC. How would you see yourself changed from how you went in there tonight to how Lewis was when Lewis first came into the UFC? What are the biggest differences in the performance we saw out there tonight than what we maybe would have saw at the very beginning?
So when I was a kid and I first came in, I was just wild, reckless, not really composed, didn't have the best hands. I kind of got off on my natural attributes. I had good cardio. I was big for the weight class at 125, so I could throw long, rangy stuff and just kind of be crazy and scramble. Now that I'm with Coach Colin, we've kind of refined everything a little bit. We're using my natural attributes, but in a different way. I got into a space after a little while where I was only I was doing the same thing over and over and over, and it wasn't really working. So now we've changed up kind of what I'm doing, and I'm using more of my natural skills, my natural attributes.
Would you say you're also much more of a thinking fighter, much more of a cerebral fighter when you're out there?
I honestly, I'm more confident in my thoughts. Before, I was just kind of reacting and okay, this looks open, but now I'm more I'm thinking while I'm fighting, and I'm trusting it more. Coach was telling me that too. That was a big thing. He's trust yourself. You're a good fighter. You're better technically everywhere than this guy. So you got to trust yourself to make the good decisions. So that's what I've been trying to do, is think more instead of just blindly scrambling and blindly throwing these random things.
And that kind of might lead into what you sort of said in the back post-fight. You said that you played this fight a little bit differently than normal. Can you clarify what you meant in that?
Normally I just go for it, I'm just let's just go out there, throwing balls to the wall, heavy shots, trying to find the pocket immediately. This one, I was kind of watching what he was doing. I wasn't necessarily I was kind of letting him go first. I was trying to see what he was gonna do, and I try not to expend too much energy chasing him. A lot of my other fights, I spent a lot of time chasing the dude down. This one, I tried not to chase him too much and kind of let him come to me a little bit and let him show me what he was gonna do a little.
Looking forward to 2021, what do you envision for 2021? What sort of goals are you setting for yourself next year?
Dominance. No, I'm just kidding.
That's not a bad goal.
Yeah, no, I would like to win. honestly, I would like to get into the top 15, top 10 next year or in 2021. We got a long year ahead of us, and that would be fun. I'd like to go to Fight Island at least once just to say I did it, and I'd like to just keep winning. I'm trying to get a house for my daughter. She's about to turn 5 in a couple weeks. That's a really big thing for me. We live in Irvine right now. It's like the best school district in the nation, I think. So if I could get a house out there, that would mean a lot to me as far as setting up my child for a future and doing my duty as a parent.
So that sounds like you want to be pretty busy next year.
I would like to be. That would be ideal. Can't promise, but I would like that.
And if you got into the top 10, top 15, they'd have to alter your character stats at that point, right?
Bro, I'm a dual weight 4-star kickboxer in the game, dude. Anybody can. No, I'm just
Awesome. Congrats on the win.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Roman, to answer your question, Andy, he's actually staying very safe, and he's gonna get the takedown when it's there. He's not rushing it, forcing anything.
Hey guys.
John Allen doing his job though. He's pressuring.
Are these post-fight interviews coming through okay? So, here's Alan pressuring and much more tired, the lads here.
And now he's got to be careful when he does decide to shoot, because Alan's got his confidence back up and he's going to be expecting it.
Who we got winning this at the moment? Is it Alan?
Takedown for John Allen with less than 2 minutes. He's got to get busy here, though. If he wants to have this position, he's got to look for a TKO right now and be careful that it doesn't get submitted as well.
And this is what Whitman was talking about in the earlier fights. Who wants it more? And right now we're going to see it in this fight in this next 2 minutes.
Nice work here from Belite.
Thank you, Andre. I appreciate that.
He does this, wearing out even more of the clock.
This is the media tent. Have we got? I assume we've got some new people joining the chat. Hello and welcome to the Full Reptile live stream on Fight Day at Hermansson versus Vettori. I was just showing you guys a few Sean O'Malley stuff that I've got on my phone that we went out to Arizona a couple of days ago to go do. Very cool. Had a great time. I'm sure the guys that have been here the whole time are sick to death of me talking about that now, so I will refrain. However, if you are not, I suggest you do. Go check out Full Reptile Instagram. It is Full Reptile _ Let me see if I can get that. There we go. So this is the Full Reptile Instagram. We are growing it very nicely. We have reached 10k followers very recently as well, so thank you very much for everybody that is out there supporting the brand, supporting everything about Full Reptile, because we are growing and we do plan to be the best and the biggest MMA media outlet in the world. And now we have Jordan Levitt. So Jordan Levitt is here in the building. I'll just turn my mic around.
You too. Was that the most spectacular knockout of your career?
That is the only knockout of my career.
There you go. So yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
When you slammed him to the ground, I mean, this might sound like a silly question, but were you intending to knock him down, or knock him out, or were you just intending to get him to the floor?
I was hoping to hurt him. You don't put your forearm across someone's neck unless you're trying to hurt somebody. Was I expecting the knockout? No, but it's a very nice little perk of the action. It was crazy.
Probably a bonus as well.
I hope so. That'd be very nice.
I think, though, perhaps even more important than the knockout was the celebration of Dirty Dancing. Spectacular. How many hours in the gym to pull that off?
That was probably only we tried it a few times. There was a few fails, a few almost broken necks, but we prepare at Syndicate to fight and perform on the big stage, and I was not going to fail at my action. No.
I mean, you don't take risk without rewards, right?
So, none. Yeah.
So with I think it's 22 seconds the entire fight. So with something like that, how quick do you want to get back in there?
It has to be either very soon or after February, so I can see my daughter. I'm not gonna. That would be just my luck to fly to Abu Dhabi or something. My wife goes into labor, and you never live that down.
Yeah.
So it has to be very, very soon or a few months.
Cool. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
For those that have never pulled off a wonderful slam like that, when you talked a little bit about having the arm against the neck, was that also to help control his head going down, or is it also just to get some more force as you're propelling him towards the canvas?
Yes, it helps me get more force, and it also helps me direct where he lands. So if you slam somebody, they can kind of turn like a cat in the air and kind of predict where they fall. Me grabbing onto him and then slamming him allows me to know exactly where his head's going to land and bounce or not bounce.
And it looked like there was a moment where he was sort of looking back at the mat, gauging what was going on. But I don't think you trapped his arms in that position. I think he was holding on to you. Would that have been the kind of thing, if you were in the opposite position, would you have tried to put your arms down to try to stop it? Or does that risk breaking an arm possibly coming down? Is there a way how would you defend against something like that?
Hell yeah. I mean, I post my arm. I'd rather have a broken arm than a broken neck, I suppose.
Good point.
But yeah, they usually let go, but if they don't let go, they go to sleep.
They go to sleep. I'm sure you didn't. I'm sure you take that finish and you're happy for it, but I'm sure that probably wasn't the game plan. But what was the game plan coming in for Matt?
The game plan was to go out there, pressure him right away. We did that. It was to throw some kicks to get him to overextend, and that's what happened. I was hoping to show off some more striking, but when the takedown is given to you, only fools say no to the gods. But so I shot on the takedown, and it kind of went perfectly from there.
Would you say that was probably the best performance of your career, or was that the biggest win of your career as well?
Oh, definitely the biggest win of my career. I got to fight handsome Matt Wyman. That's pretty tight for a little nerdy kid. Like, I was 14 years old, nerdy, no athletic experience, and I looked up and saw him on the TV, and I got to beat him. It's pretty tight.
What is it like going in there when you're going against a guy that you've seen like that? Is it tough to kind of put those emotions, those feelings aside to go in there and try to perform? Was it tough to kind of do that, or just okay to do it?
A little bit. I had to fight the urge to want to talk at weigh-ins, like, "Hey, man, I watched you," because that is not kosher. I imagine it's a little strange. But at the gym, you beat up your friends all the time, and sometimes you hurt your friends. And in the cage on fight night, they're not your friends. You just got to hurt them.
I didn't get a chance to see. Were you able to say anything to him after the fight? Did you talk with him any?
No, I didn't get to talk to him. I wanted to, but when you're hurt, you kind of got to give them space.
Sure. Looking at 2021, how many fights are you hoping to get in there, and are there any names that are on your list?
I want to fight as often as I can in 2021. 2020 has been a crazy year. Hopefully, I can be a part of the craziness of 2021. I have no names in mind. It's not my job to play matchmaker. They get paid for that. I do not. I get paid to go out there and beat up people and get exciting finishes and hopefully a bonus, Dana. So they can put whoever in front of me. I'm not scared, and they can try to take my O or be a part of the win streak.
How do you celebrate the win?
I don't know. I'm hoping maybe I could buy my wife a house or a condo. I'm hoping if that bonus happens, I just want to have I want to have some stability for my family. I want to take care of my family.
That would be an incredible way to celebrate.
Thank you.
Congrats on the win.
Hey, Jordan.
Yes.
How you doing, mate?
Good, how are you?
Congratulations on the win and keeping your undefeated record. Just how important is it for you to keep that O whilst you're here in the UFC?
I guess it's pretty important. I guess it's important for marketing and to show that I'm actually good and that no one has beaten me yet. But honestly, I don't go out there just fighting to win. I go out there to try to do exciting, intricate, new things. And the wins are just a nice little side effect of that. If I lose the O, I don't think it's going to change me at all. But right now, let's ride this win streak. Let's get a few more and get a few more finishes. But I try not to think about the record. Every fight is different from everything else.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, can I drop the mic? Yeah, I did it.
Boxing judges crossing over.
Ref spaces on the screen, so should the judges. Chris Lee, there you are.
All right, we got to move on. 2 weeks ago, November 21, Dateline Las Vegas, Davison Figueredo successfully defends his flyweight title in under 2 minutes. And remarkably, by the time he left the arena, he had already...
So Jordan Levitt is leaving the media tent now after his post-fight media interview. Hope you enjoyed that.
Represents this totally new level in the flyweight division because he's a destroyer. This kid's mean. He comes in with bad intentions, and he looks like he's got bad intentions.
So I think we're all in agreement that Jordan should be getting a bonus for that knockout. 50 G's, baby. Yeah, 50 G's for sure. Dude's looking really good, really good. He seems like a very cerebral kind of character. I enjoyed listening to him and speaking to him for a couple of seconds. I'd actually quite enjoy doing a fighter psyche with Jordan Levitt. I think he would give some very interesting answers to a lot of the psychological points that we can talk about fighting. So we're currently watching some Figueiredo highlight right here. Again, is excited for next week, UFC 256. What is everyone saying about that card? That is quality. Great energy. He does have good energy, man. Really good energy. He seems like quite a smart guy as well, and he seems like he's got a sense of humor that he's trying to learn how to get out properly, which is quite cool. Figueiredo's shortest time between title defenses. Wow, it's impressive. And he's tied the Demetrius Johnson record in his last fight, of which I can't exactly remember. But the guy, Figueiredo, is a G. Actual G. It'd be great if Levitt does fight again this year. That fight was 22 seconds or something mad. Your debut, your UFC debut, 22 seconds, and you're on the end of that win. You can't write for a better debut. Let's be honest. Fantastic performance from Jordan Levitt. And like I'm saying, the dude's just had a 22-second fight. I think we see him fight again. This year maybe is a bit of a stretch. I mean, we are in December already. I keep forgetting that we're actually in December right now, and it's what day? What day is it? It's the 5th. Of course, it's the 5th. Yeah. So before Levitt came in, I was trying to redirect some of the boys and girls to the full Reptile Instagram. This is the kind of the all-encompassing Instagram, which covers the lifestyle, the coffees that we produce, because we make coffee. We do make coffee beans, and you can order some coffee beans specially made by Dan. So there's a house blend and there's a few other blends. We've got a ton of stuff under Full Reptile, a ton of it. So go check it out. The link to the website is on there as well. So I'm just gonna chuck in another one now because I can. Let's have a look. So now you're looking at the Raptors Instagram. This is our Instagram, where you can stay one step ahead with all of the Full Reptile content. So if you aren't following, head over to Raptors MMA, and as you can see in the bottom corner, there's there's 3 clips from our trip from Arizona. Bottom right, me and Sean in his car. Then there's a 2-minute clip from the interview that we've just done with Sean, and then we've got a cool little photo of Kyler Matrix, and some other stuff as well. So if you are on your phone, head on down and check it out. You don't have to follow it if you're not into it, but if you are, feel free. So, flying through this card, flying through it. Next, oh wait, let's have a look. So God. Yep, I think Cheeto beats Jose Aldo. I do. I think that's going to be a really, really interesting fight the more I think about it. You can't see him KOing Cheeto. Neither can I. I can see him maybe coming in with some good leg kicks and tiring him out and getting him a little bit worn out, but that's as far as I can see Aldo going in on the Cheeto fight. But my money's on Cheeto for that. Cheeto is a nutter, you're right. Yeah, Dan's War Rooms. Dan's War Rooms are awesome. We have... That reminds me, actually. So I put out the Tony Ferguson War Room last night. And I had to remove something from it. And now it's still processing. It's like... It's still processing. How is that still processing? I do not understand. Very, very frustrating. YouTube can be an absolute nightmare at times. O'Malley was scheduled, and he did write on his YouTube channel today. Well, not right, he spoke on his YouTube channel today about how he signed his contract with Thomas Almeida. So O'Malley was going to fight Thomas Almeida. That would have been a killer fight. We weren't allowed to say anything, but Almeida can't do it anymore and has turned it down, according to Sean on his YouTube channel. So I can say that now because it's been put out there. But no, he isn't booked. He was in talks to be booked for February, but now I guess he's looking for another opponent. Oh, I'd love to see that O'Malley Stevens. That would be brilliant.
Well, if there's a guy that he's going to want to use his wrestling on, it's going to be Gabriel
Oh,
Benitez.
no, it's not.
Southpaw that moves his feet very well. He understands striking better than he understands movement, and he lands heavy shots. So Justin
I know
James
he is, bless him.
Keep him on his heels, mixes wrestling and his striking. He hides his double leg with his overhand right.
We'll be back soon, though.
And they look very similar.
We'll be
He's
back
very
soon.
explosive, very durable, and I think that what really you sleep on Justin James about is his power. Like how when he connects his
So
hands,
we got Justin James and Benitez now. Do you know what? I'm starving. If you give me 2 seconds, I am just going to run to the
and then take the wrestling mixed in with it is the question
oven
as he fights.
or whatever it is
Certain people that
and
just
grab a bite.
the gift, and I think Justin James is one of those guys. For you to go out there and be able to light people up like that, you know, they do something special, you know? Especially against Frank Camacho, who's just been in absolute wars throughout his career. That guy can take a shot. And he was out on his feet from the shots that Justin James, and we saw when he get Gavin Tucker in the beginning of that fight too, sat him down, almost had him in that guillotine, and then Tucker just rode it out and got tough and got through that fight, but looked really good early. All right, here he is, longtime rep of the American Kickboxing Academy in San Jose, California. Tijuana's Gabriel Mobley Benitez, 10th UFC appearance tonight. Injuries have been a part of the narrative, and that has limited some of his experience overall. But Paul, coming off of that Ultimate Fighter season Latin America, this guy was all the rage for more reasons than one. He is talented, he's powerful. That left kick, everybody talks about that southpaw left kick of Benitez. I think that's going to be a real big weapon for him.
Right.
Because if he can get Justin James blocking that left kick, hurt him with it, hurt those
Damn right, I just left for a snack.
head kicks, right? If you can't go upstairs with that left side, you can't throw the right hand. You can't not block
But
a
I'm
kick.
back.
Rest that and deal with it. And then if it goes to the ground, I mean, this guy's just good all around. Good guillotines, good submissions, good ground and pound. If you put him in a submission, he's not afraid to pick you up, try to put you over his head and slam you down.
I am back.
Just a violent guy.
So,
and he'd rather be nowhere else.
we are on Gabriel Benitez and Justin James. I heard that Daniel Cormier said that Benitez has some of the hardest leg kicks in all of AKA. Which, if he's right, is definitely pretty of a complimentary accolade from Daniel Cormier. What do we think to this, eh? Some UFC pasta that I can't open with one hand, and hopefully Dan isn't having a heart attack if he's watching, because I will not be eating this down the mic, but I would like to have a little smell. And it smells lovely. So when Jamie gets back, I will demolish that.
And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a striker holding a professional record, 21 wins, 9 losses. He stands.
Nachos are. Nah, not nachos this time. At Fight Island, for some reason, the UFC provided everybody for the early morning weigh-ins with nachos and cheese. Hey, I did not turn that down. Who had the hardest leg kicks? Gabriel Benitez in AKA, American Kickboxing Academy. Daniel Cormier said that apparently. Yeah, it's pasta, it's not nachos. The nachos were Fight Island. And I was kind of in my own world chatting to. Ooh, see that, guys? See that leg? Look at these leg kicks. I think he must have had me complimenting his leg kicks, because he is throwing them kicks.
that, try to meet it, catch it, do something with it, but can't just let Mowgli sit there and
Ooh.
wow.
That leg kick, dude. At about 4:30 something. Jeez Louise. He is utilizing that power that he does seem to have in his leg kicks and his kicks in general. They sound crazy, dude. I've got my headset on and I can hear these kicks. James is taking them well though. So many kicks. Sorry, ESPN just started, yeah? My bad. All I'm saying is kicks, bro. Yeah, I got Benitez as well. How you doing, Kai, with your picks so far, bro? What you on?
We've talked about that before. You can see it, man. It looks nasty.
Look at James. Look at Mowgli's right eye.
Yeah, it is V. It's awesome.
James to hit him, and his left eye is already swollen heavy from that right hand of James. Nice body shot, too.
Oh, Benny.
And these guys are going to be sore after this one, even if it ends right now, that's for sure.
You're right about that swelling around that left eye of Mowgli. Yeah, they're not touching each other. They're throwing everything with right-handing intentions early.
Yeah,
They are.
Crushing these legs, and James finding that home for that right hand. He's doing a good job, and he's eating.
What do you guys think so far to what you've seen from Benitez's kicks? Because they look insane. Not good. 2 out of 3. Oh God, he's started to fall down now. What am I on?
His father Donald among those in his corner tonight.
All right, I'm on 1. So you're doing better than me.
You see Benitez, he throws inside kick, body kick, head kick, teep kick. They all look the same. They all go to different positions, and it's hard to read which one he's going to throw, and that's why James can't deal with those low kicks yet. He hasn't figured out the defense yet.
Oh, a nice short left there from Benitez. Trevor Whitman, what do you have?
Benitez is throwing at the rear leg. And one thing I'm going to talk about is your lead leg gets conditioned to take low kicks. Your rear leg rarely often gets kicked, so it feels differently. I want to talk about that a little bit because you can already see it affecting him. When you're getting kicked to the lead leg, you deal with that all the time.
Oh yeah, that always sucks, doesn't it, God King, when that happens. 5 out of 6 by the end of the night, Kai, yeah? I reckon you're going to be on 4. I reckon you're going to be on 4. I think you might lose one more.
What was that? It's as if you've never been kicked in your life and you get hit to that back leg.
I mean, Benitez's uppercut is so sharp. Anytime you see Justin James step in, he's getting clipped with that uppercut.
Benitez, OSP, the Joker. Alright, I'll screenshot that. You can play as well. But you will only get 3 points.
See how he's throwing that back leg? What he's doing is he threw the inside kick to James.
Can you please add a Fight Club? What a brilliant idea, Danny D. Danny D.
And Benitez has an awesome adjustment with that. Great job being a southpaw.
I know that name. However,
Firing that rear uppercut. That's keeping him upright and then able to start attacking their legs again.
not a chance, pal. Well, we'll see. Yeah, it is pretty cool without the crowd. I do miss it for the live purpose. Watching fights back now when they've got the crowd, it's oh!
Straight to the chest. That'll break your sternum right there.
So Gabriel Mowgli Benitez with a huge inspired effort tonight. Needed it. First finish for him since 2018.
In it, dude. Brutal kicks. I'm glad I made a point of talking about his kicks. Daniel Cormier saying he has some of the most powerful kicks in all of AKA, and Jesus, did it look like it. There was one kick in particular in the first round. I think it was 3 minutes and 40 something or 2 minutes and 40 something. I can't remember now, but
that was. You take the air out of your body. There's no way to stand up anymore, and that's what we saw Benitez do? He said, you know what, this guy's eating every punch and every kick that I throw, so I got to
3 out of 4. Very well done, Kai.
Look at that. He waited for the overhand right of Justin James, which he had to reach for because Benitez is tall. When you reach for the right hand, sets up the left.
Ain't it, dude? Fantastic KOs all night. Really well. I was saying earlier, sorry if I'm repeating myself, but I asked Dana White at the last UFC, like, about people sleeping on the card, even though, like, well, you just can't sleep on a UFC card even when the main event falls off. Last week was evidence of that, and this week is evident too, that we've got a card that doesn't seem to be trending very well everywhere, yet some of the most exciting fights. It says a lot about the contenders of the UFC roster. He got up quickly though to cuddle the guy to cuddle Gabriel. My screen's about 1 minute behind. Oh, sorry, V. I do feel bad for everybody who is a little bit lagging behind. But hey, at least you've got it on, at least you can watch it. Sounds like there's some people in the chat that can't even watch it, so. I can't remember a bad card either. Genuinely, I can't remember a bad card. I might have to mention this again to Dana because I don't even know how to say it. I'll be repeating myself a bit, but maybe I'll say I should have saved my sleeping on cards question for today because, Christ, what a card this has been. This is also the longest we've done a live stream on fight day into a card. It's the co-main event about to start now. Usually we've ended the stream at this time, but everything seems to be going pretty smoothly today, which is nice. Last person in was Levitt, so damn, who? This Benitez dude looks amazing. I'm very impressed.
Right up the middle, right on the either solar plex. It could have been the liver now that I look back at it. It was on that right side, so I'm not 100% sure. But either way, it was a finishing move, that's for sure.
Burrito. Veggie burrito or pork?
Just chopping the legs.
Pork burrito.
Hands, the uppercut that was keeping James up and keeping him honest with those takedowns. Look at this right there. I mean, that's just a beautiful counter uppercut there from Gabriel Benitez. And then right there, it doesn't even really need any of these punches. Justin James was out that body shot. And John, you're with the winner. Thank you, buddy.
I am very happy to be joined by Gabriel Mobley Benitez, who just enjoyed a minute with UFC President Dana White. It's always nice.
So Benitez just shared a moment with Dana White on his way for his post-fight interview. I didn't actually catch that.
Because this is my first fight. My boxing coach passed away, like, not to, you know, my coach passed away, and I listened.
Yeah, that red mark was outrageous, wasn't it, Mark?
He wasn't here with me. Maybe
Benitez's face is a little bit bust up, though.
Okay, I'm happy for this win. Let's see if I won the bonus, right?
Right. I know your last bonus was in 2018, and I understand that was the source of your emotion after the fact, but you were favored to win this fight tonight, but man, did you mix it up beautifully and put it on him. Seemed like you found that striking zone pretty early in the fight.
Yeah, you know, I have a new guy.
It's a shame the girls had their fight cancelled. I'm not sure if everyone's completely aware of that.
But, you know, like, I feel good and I'm ready.
There's 3 fights cancelled today. And the Montana Santos fight is off.
For Mobley Benitez as you look forward to 2021?
You know, I want to fight like soon, and I'm ready. I'm here.
Well, it's been a pleasure to watch your entire career, and this performance, about as good as it gets, my man. Safe travels home. We'll see you next year. There he is, Gabriel Mobley Benitez, getting it done
in a big showcase spot tonight on our main card here in Vegas.
Damn. Kai doing well, bro. So, I was doing the post-fight interview there. Jamie, did Roman Deladze win? Oh, we've got there's Ali Abdelaziz. Yep, Roman won because here he is. Yeah, won by decision. So I'll tell you in a minute.
There is officially no.
What's up, man? Good evening. Good evening. Congratulations on the win. A split decision. Were you surprised by that?
It was very strange for me, but it was a split decision. I thought I would win all 3 rounds.
I think online that seems to be the general consensus as well. I think people are surprised it was a split. I think everyone gave you the 3 rounds. How do you feel about your own performance?
I was expecting that I will win earlier in first or second round. And of course now I know that I need to work more. And now I know how good that I have such a good team, such a big family for me. Ali had yesterday birthday, and he was yesterday in the hotel with me, and really it means a lot for me. And just for that, it's important to be in this sport and have such a good team and such a good people around me.
Did you ask your coach if he wanted you to submit him before you went for the leg lock?
Yes, I asked Eric and Ali. I asked them about
why.
But because they see different fight and listening them, and these guys very strong guys, strong mind. Because I heard such a strange sound when I was doing heel hook, and I know what's meant to do heel hook to someone. And during the fight, maybe you see that he was walking a little bit. He feel pain on his leg.
How close was the submission? Did you think you had it?
100%, and he will work very hard, maybe 1 month.
Well, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
See ya.
So that was a bit strange. That ended very quickly. I had I was ready with a question, and just got called off. I guess that's my fault. I should have been a bit more assertive. How are we all doing? Everybody all good? So, the OSP fight is about to start. I'm gonna get ready to do this post-fight interview now. I've got a few things I need to do, some things to write up for the winners of the co and the co-main. Sorry, the main and the co-main. What am I on about? No, that was right. The main and the co-main. Felt like I just couldn't get my words out then, but I did. So yeah, I am going to leave this stream now and crack on with the rest of the work that we've got to do. But this is probably the longest live stream we've done on Fight Day, leading all the way up to the co-main event. Just 2 fights left now. Hope you all massively enjoy it. Remember, to everybody those playing the game, I will remember and I will mention it at the next weigh-ins. So Kai, you are looking like you might be the winner of this. Just to be sure, if you want, just to be sure, when this stream ends you will be able to comment. I do have your screenshots anyway, but it would be nice to do it all inside the comments. So if you pop in your picks again for the fight from Smolka all the way down to Vettori, and then I'll get a winner sorted out for bragging rights. So bragging rights, full Reptile bragging rights credential, let's call it. But honestly, thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate everything that you're doing with us, supporting us, hitting that like button, talking in the chat, leaving comments. These are all amazing things for us all, for our channel. It gets the channel moving on the algorithms. So thank you very much for doing that and doing it organically as well. Really appreciate that. I did throw out full Reptile Instagram, full_Reptile, and the Raptors Instagram, mine and Jamie's, where you can stay one step ahead of all the content on full Reptile. Raptors MMA, that's all it is. Raptors MMA. Give us a follow. Let's stay one step ahead of full Reptile. And yeah, we're on next week. We're on until the 19th of December for you guys. We will be doing the weigh-ins, the stream, the podcast stream, live from the media tent, including post-fight interviews. We will also be putting out the individual interviews, which is what the lovely Jamie over here is doing right now. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much again, guys. Remember, if you are worried I'm not going to remember about your picks, throw them in the comments, because I will be watching to see if anybody chucks stuff in there. Kai, chuck your stuff in there, and let's see if anybody else follows suit. But it looks like you'll probably be the winner, and hopefully we can get a few more playing next time. Look out as well for the spicer meter at the next weigh-ins, because I have a feeling there might be a few spicy boys on them face-offs. I have a feeling. So I'm gonna get that sorted out a little bit as well. So thank you, Mark, thank you, Kai, thank you, God King, thank you, Pez, thank you, V, thank you, Benny, thank you everybody that joined the stream. Honestly, really appreciate you all, and can't wait to speak to you all next time on Friday morning. And maybe if you're lucky as well, me and Jamie will be putting out a live podcast, maybe on the Tuesday, the Wednesday, something about 256, maybe a research podcast where we can sit down with you all, chat about the fights, do some research together. I'll open up my internet browser, and we can go through and learn about some of the fighters a little bit more all together. I think that's a pretty cool idea. But we'll see. But thank you very much for joining. Love you all loads. You guys rule. Thank you very much. Lots of love.
Definitely up on him all across the board. I knock people out with my hands, I knock people out with my feet. But submitted top level grapplers too. So whatever you dish at me, I'm gonna dish back 4 times as much.
All right, coming up next, it'll be our co-main event as the veteran Open St. Preux takes on Jamal Sweet Dreams Hill.